It's Friday night. The Eagle 102 high school football game of the week is on the air. Tonight's game, featuring the best of area high school football, is sponsored by
Bowling Green Chevrolet, Cellular and Satellite Center, Ingram Plumbing, People's Bank and Trust, Pike County Mutual Insurance, County Market in Louisiana, Bowling Green Pharmacy, Mid-America Auto and Towing, Bank of Louisiana, Pike County Memorial Hospital, Bowling Green Insurance, the Mercantile Bank, Bowling Green Tractor, Community State Bank, Family Drug, Mike's Tire Service, Cindy Blaylock Insurance, Pike County Health Department Home Health and Hospice, Hogue Ford, Todd Watts Realty, Perkins Electrical Services, All Parts, Young Enterprises Incorporated, Calumet of Missouri, and J&D Tire and Auto.
now the Eagle 102 game of the week.
And welcome to Vanfar High School for Week 9 action here on Eagle 102, the final week of the regular season. Mark Froelich, Jim Ross getting ready for the Vanfar R6 Indians and the Bowling Green Bobcats tonight. And it's senior night at Vanfar. A lot to be excited, happy about. But, Jim, we're going to start with some sad news that we heard on Saturday night with the tragic passing of Monroe City assistant coach Jamar White in a traffic accident. And Jamar I don't get to see him enough. Monroe City, one of our, fringe area schools. But every time I ran into Jamar, just a nice guy, helpful, willing to do anything for us to make us comfortable. But even more importantly, a great father to his 3 kids, a great husband to his wife who's still recovering from her injuries, and a great Panther. He was Monroe City.
Yeah, you don't hear anybody you talk to has nothing but glowing things to say about Jamar White, and you're right. Anytime anybody gets killed in a car accident, it's tragic. But when you start filtering it into a school system with kids involved and the impact that he's given to the 14 to 18-year-old kids at Monroe City High School over the years, it certainly is tragic.
And they've been so good for so long now at Monroe City, and his positivity and connection with the past grade teams has been nothing but a positive for that program, and it's going to hurt for several years.
Sure, and he was a good player in his own right, going back, I think, 04, is that right? It's been a while since he played, but he's been a cornerstone of Monroe City sports, in particular football, for a number of years, and then he would certainly be missed. And there's a fundraiser going on tonight related to that.
Yeah, this game, along with a lot of games around the region, is going to have some auctions and other fundraisers for Jamar's family and their recovery efforts in that community. The 2 game balls are going to be autographed game balls are going to be auctioned off here, and then they're doing some other stuff as well. So I think a silent auction on some items as well, and some special food purchases, I think, as well. So if you're in the area, come on out, donate to a great cause, and help out a true steward of area football and remembrance of Jamar White.
Well, what it does is, if there's any positive to it, which there isn't much, but if you want to try and draw a positive, it really shows you how close the communities are. The same thing happened with the tragic events with Kaleo Day last year of Bowling Green. All the area schools all week have come around and been doing things to commemorate
dressing in gold and black.
Right. And having fundraisers like they are tonight at different locations. And so even though when you're on the field and you're competing, it's all blood and guts, we got to win. But when all that's said and done and you get away from the fields and the courts, this kind of thing really brings everybody together.
Yeah, because you're all going through the same thing.
Exactly.
You're going out there. You're playing the same sports. You're fighting for those same victories. You know what it takes and how much dedication from a coach. And I know he probably didn't get to see his family as much as he would have liked in their young lives. But bringing the kids out to games and stuff, and I'm sure those kids are going to be well represented at the games for a number of years. They're going to be on the benches and keeping his memory alive there at the school. But it you don't realize how much it takes out of you until it's over.
Right, and as it relates to this game, it brings back some eerie memories for Bowling Green and their players and coaches. And so what kind of effect is it going to have on those guys? They may turn this into a, hey, not only are we playing for Jamar, let's remember Kaleo too. And so it may be a motivational thing for Bowling Green. Only time will tell.
So Van Far will be in their familiar gold and black. Bowling Green is going to wear gold socks tonight and maybe some wristbands as well to help celebrate the memory of Monroe City's Jamar White. We've got a football game to talk about, though. The 3-5 Bobcats, the 1-7 Van Far R6 Indians, and we'll talk more about this matchup when we come back on Eagle 102.
Hi, this is John. I'm one of the pharmacists you see at Family Drug in Louisiana and the Bowling Green Pharmacy. We're right here with personal and prompt service, giving you the answers about your medications. If you're new in town, come get acquainted. If you're one of our regulars, thank you. You are always welcome to come in and just say hi. The right people, the right service, right downtown. Family Drug, 3rd in Georgia in Louisiana, and the Bowling Green Pharmacy on the square in Bowling Green.
Is it time to renew, redo, or rebuild? People's Bank and Trust can help you make those home improvements without springing a leak in your budget. I'm Christine Rutherford, and we have loans designed specifically for repairs and renovations, along with home equity lines of credit. Stop by your local People's Bank in Bowling Green, and let's talk about how People's Bank can help you. People's Bank and Trust online at www.pbtc.net or give me a call at 573-324-2525. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender, MLO number 421603, NMLS number 407724.
Ingram Plumbing has always been known for its outstanding plumbing service. But did you know that Ingram's is also the largest retail plumbing supply store in the area? We carry Delta faucets, a complete line of Whirlpool tubs and showers, jacuzzi pumps, and many other specialty items. At Ingram Plumbing, we're ready to meet all your plumbing needs. I should know. I'm Bonnie Ingram, and I've worked there for over 50 years. Stop by Ingram Plumbing today, Highway 61, Bowling Green.
Hear all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth, sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana. It's time now for the Eagle 102 pregame show, sponsored by Bowling Green Pharmacy.
And welcome back to Van Far Week 9 football, the regular season finale, the 1-6 Indians, the 3-5 Bowling Green Bobcats here tonight. Last week, Montgomery beat Van Far 42-26, but in the first half of that game, Jim, Van Far was very much in that one, just kind of ran out of steam at the end. Bowling Green, pretty decisive 35-6 victory over the Clopton-Ellsbury Indian Hawks here on KJFM.
Yeah, and we were talking before we came on the air, Van Far, even though they've only won one game, they've been close in a number, and then in others they've been beat handily. So they're kind of all over the place, so it's going to be interesting to see which team shows up. Bowling Green, on the other hand, we talked about last week being a rivalry game, and now this week is no different. They came and one big play actually in that game last week turned things around on an interception return that was called back, and Bowling Green was able to go on to victory. If you look historically, the records only go back to 2010. Bowling Green's won every game in this matchup so far. They're 12-0 the games of record on the state website. So the incentive for the Van Far Indians is certainly there. One of the comments you made when I sat down is look at the difference in the roster. Bowling Green has probably twice as many people listed on their roster as players listed on the roster as Van Far. Another thing I noticed, it's senior night, and Van Far's got 24 players listed on the roster. I know when they played Louisiana earlier in the year, they didn't have 24 dressed. They had about 19 dressed. Yeah. 7 seniors. So, next year's going to be a certain rebuild year here.
Hopefully they got something in the pipeline coming up from that middle school class. But you look at Van Far, And their numbers, they've been shut out 3 times, including that game against Clompton-Ellsbury on KJFM earlier this year. So they're averaging just 14 points per game this season. They're actually minus 182 in point differential. They've scored 112, given up 294. But if you take out those 3 shutouts, that points per game shoots up to around the 20 points per game that Bowling Green is averaging this season. So if you throw out those, it looks a lot better.
Sure, and another interesting thing about it is it's actually kind of strange. They got shut out by Clompton-Ellsbury.
Yeah.
And you know, if you're going to try and draw any comparisons, which you can't, but that's what we get to do as guys in the press box. You know, Bowling Green won that game 35-6, I believe, last week.
Yep.
You know, then you look at the South Callaway game. Banfar got beat 50-0, and Bowling Green beat South Callaway 20-10. So you start looking at some of that stuff. Can you draw some conclusions from it? Yeah, maybe. I like your analogy or your analysis of pulling out those odd games, outliers, if you will, and then take a look at the numbers going forward from there. And if you do that, then you know this could be a close football game.
It just really depends on if the Banfar offense is here this week. If they show up to play, and it's going to be rough. Verdell Johnson, he's a mobile quarterback, but he's dealing with some pain in the knees here in the final week of the season. So if Bowling Green can neutralize him, they've neutralized the offense.
Without question. This time of year, everybody's got bumps and bruises, but when you start talking about knees on a running quarterback, that's a whole different bailiwick there that you got to deal with. And you know, they got some good activity. The only time I saw them play was against Louisiana, and they've got good running back play out of the backfield in that particular game. And then Verdell took over in the second half. So, you know, Bowling Green's got a lot of guys. They don't have they have some that go both ways, but not a lot. Where predominantly Banfar is going to go both ways, most with everyone. So conditioning is going to become a factor, and the wear and tear on the body and the banging. The other thing that we haven't even mentioned is it's got cold. I mean, this is the first week of football that it's really cold. I got out of the car, it was 48, and that was before the sun went down. And by the way, it's a black and gold sunset. What's that mean? And the wind's starting to blow a little bit too. So it's going to be kind of frigid down there on the field, so they'll have to deal with that as well.
So Bowling Green coming into Banfar 3-5. They'll have to win tonight and win in the first 2 weeks of districts at least to guarantee a 500 record. But they've got talent out there. They still have a lot of talent. I know you go into that locker room, they're not happy about being 3-5 at this point in the season.
No, I know, and I actually went back and looked at a couple of the professional guys that do this for real, for their job, and their prognostications for the year, and all of them, both of them had Bowling Green in the 7-2, 6-3 range, and so 3-5 right now is not where they want it to be.
We'll take a break here on the Eagle 102 pregame show. Come back with our keys to the game and starting lineup still around the corner here on KJFM.
When you support a locally owned pharmacy, you're contributing to the growth of the community. The dollars you spend stay right here to support our local community. Health Mart pharmacies are locally owned pharmacies. There's one right here. Health Mart pharmacists have a personal commitment to their communities because, just like you, they support their community. Health Mart pharmacies are locally owned and hometown proud.
Louisiana is a Health Mart town. Family Drug Health Mart Pharmacy. The right people, the right price, right downtown. Health Mart, caring for you and about you.
The Mercantile Bank in Louisiana says now's the time to sign up for online banking and bill pay. You won't have to get out in the weather. With online banking, you can bank day or night from your home, office, or anywhere with internet access. Check account balances, view checks, and much more. Stop in today to learn more about online banking and bill pay at the Mercantile Bank, downtown Louisiana. Your hometown bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
If you are in the market for a car, whether you're looking for a new or used vehicle, make sure you visit Bowling Green Chevrolet. Their selection will surprise you with prices that can't be beat. Bowling Green Chevrolet is just off Highway 61 at the South Bowling Green exit. Once you get there, You'll see why Bowling Green Chevrolet is the #1 dealership in the area. Check it out for yourself. Bowling Green Chevrolet, where you'll always feel at home.
Bringing you all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth, sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana. The Eagle 102 keys to the game.
Well, I think Jim Van Far needs to find some offense to stay in this ball game. I think last time we were here against Clopton-Ellsbury, they didn't complete a pass of over 5 yards the entire night. It was a lot of wrong routes and drop passes. So they've got to find something through the air to keep Bowling Green honest.
Well, in order to make that work, they're going to have to handle the physicality of Bowling Green up front. And if Verdell's going to be able to throw the football, it's going to be because the offensive line is able to give him some time to throw the football. And if they don't, then they have no other alternative than to do those three-step drops and short passes out into the flat like you referred to in the Clopton-Ellsbury game. And so the physicality of this game is going to be key, particularly in the second half with it being cold. You get banged around in the first half, you go to the locker room, you stiffen up. Of course, not as bad as you and I do, but they do stiffen up. And so they're going to have to be ready to play for the duration of the 48 minutes here this evening.
I think Bowling Green needs to take care of the ball. Can't allow Van Far to stay in this one because of something sloppy, and they need to eat a lot of clock.
Yeah, you want to keep it out of Deontay Fleming was the lightning bolt for Bowling Green last year, and two of the things that he did were on special teams and punt returns, and so I'm guessing that Van Far will be fully well aware of that, and I would be shocked if they punt the ball anywhere near him here in this football game.
And that kind of reminds me, keep away from the dumb penalties, the little extra stuff after the whistle. This is a rivalry game. These teams always seem to, either with a hit or a little word between the whistles, find a way to needle each other and get each other mad. So you can't take those the unsportsmanlike calls tonight.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And Bowling Green had not with the unsportsmanlike necessarily, but they had penalty issues last week. They would in fact, they were inside the had the ball in deep in Clopton-Ellsbury territory a couple of times and had penalties that moved them back. Now they were able to go ahead and convert, but you can't do that week in, week out if you want to win football games.
There's our keys to the game. Other action tonight, Clopton-Ellsbury 2-6 at home against the 6-2 Montgomery County Wildcats. Louisiana at Scotland County tonight. Scotland County 7-1 this year. Mark Twain 3-5 at 6-2 Wright City. Pittsfield's at Pleasant Plains and Pleasant Hill as at Camp Point Central. And we'll update you on those as much as we can and other games of note around the area as we go on tonight. We've got starting lineups coming up. This is the Eagle 102 pregame show.
Hi, this is John. I'm one of the pharmacists you see at Family Drug in Louisiana and the Bowling Green Pharmacy. We're right here with personal and prompt service, giving you the answers about your medications. If you're new in town, come get acquainted. If you're one of our regulars, thank you. You are always welcome to come in and just say hi. The right people, the right service, right downtown. Family Drug, 3rd in Georgia in Louisiana, and the Bowling Green Pharmacy on the square in Bowling Green.
As a farmer, you rely on rainfall to ensure your crop production, but sometimes the weather doesn't cooperate. Droughts can happen and do. Long dry spells can ruin your crops, but shouldn't ruin your life. With a pasture, rangeland, and forage policy through NAU Country Insurance Company and Bowling Green Insurance Agency, you'll be provided with the extra protection you need. Contact Fred Carlson at Bowling Green Insurance to discuss how PRF can help manage your risk. NAU Country Insurance Company is an equal opportunity provider.
Hello, this is Mary Millen from Community State Bank of Missouri. Some financial institutions make you go through a lot of red tape to get a loan. But at Community State Bank, we try to keep things simple. When you talk with us, you're talking to the people who make decisions. Next time you need a loan for whatever reason, come see us. You'll be glad you did. Community State Bank of Missouri, your hometown community bank since 1887. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Hear all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth, sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana. The Eagle 102 starting lineups on KJFM are brought to you by Community State Bank in Bowling Green and Troy.
This moment of relief brought to you by your local State Farm agent, who also brings relief with insurance for what you value most.
Visit Cindy Blaylock Agency in Louisiana.
Hi folks, my name is Cody Kirkendall, new owner of Mike's Tire and Service Center. See Mike's Tire and Service Center in Bowling Green for all your automotive and tire needs. Mike's features 24-hour tire service, and when it's time to replace those tires, Mike's has great deals on several brands, ensuring they have the perfect tire for your vehicle. Mike's Tire and Service Center additionally offers alignments, tune-ups, oil changes, struts, state and DOT inspections, air conditioning services, brakes, shocks, custom exhausts, as well as minor repairs. Mike's Tire and Service Center, Business 61 North in Bowling Green.
It's Friday night. The Eagle 102 high school football game of the week is on the air. Tonight's game, featuring the best of area high school football, is sponsored by
Bowling Green Chevrolet, Cellular and Satellite Center, Ingram Plumbing, People's Bank and Trust, Pike County Mutual Insurance, County Market in Louisiana, Bowling Green Pharmacy, Mid-America Auto and Towing, Bank of Louisiana, Pike County Memorial Hospital, Bowling Green Insurance, the Mercantile Bank, Bowling Green Tractor, Community State Bank, Family Drug, Mike's Tire Service, Cindy Blaylock Insurance, Pike County Health Department Home Health and Hospice, Pogue Ford, Todd Watts Realty, Perkins Electrical Services, All Parts, Young Enterprises Incorporated, Calumet of Missouri, and J&D Tire and Auto.
Now, the Eagle 102 game of the week.
And we're at Van Far for Week 9, the final week of the regular season. Our starters for tonight, defensive or offensively for the Van Far R6 Indians. They're 1-7 on the offensive line. At right tackle, number 64, a junior Ethan Fort. Another senior at right guard, number 78, Peyton Parjan. A junior at center, number 55, Peyton Sanders. At left guard, number 68, a sophomore, Easton McAfee. And a senior at left tackle, number 74, Maximus Rode. The receivers for Van Far, senior, number 14, Ben Cassidy, another senior, number 18, Julian Holtkamp, and junior, number 42, Austin Taylor. In the backfield, the fullback is a senior, number 3, Morgan Slatton. Tailback, a junior, number 11, Tony Garland. And the quarterback is a senior, number 34, Ferdell Johnson. Defensive starters for Bowling Green, they're 3-5 on the defensive line. Junior, number 76, Jacob Bowen, and a senior, number 80, Matt McDaniel. At defensive tackle, senior, number 60, Braden Perez, and at defensive end, number 21, a junior, Hayden Finley. The linebackers, 3 of them, a junior, number 57, Clay Lazier, number 55, a senior, Tristan Charlton, and a sophomore, boy, he's been good, number 33, Charlie Bowen. In the secondary for Bowling Green, senior, these are all defensive backs. A senior, Hunter Smith, he wears number 1. A senior, number 3, Austin Callahan. A junior, number 6, Michael Starks. And a junior, number 8, Nick Brakefield. So there's your starters offensively and defensively.
Maximus Road, that's a football name.
Yeah, it is. You'd think he's going to bring out a lion at some point.
It just makes you get fired up just saying that name.
If he comes up and does the thumbs down, you know you're in trouble.
Yeah, exactly. Well, let's talk a little bit about districts. We're a week away from that, and we mentioned it last week is Bowling Green and Clopton, Ellsbury were kind of shuffling. This week, though, it would seem if you look at the numbers that this game doesn't mean a whole lot because Van Far is pretty much embedded in the 7 or the 8 slot, and more than likely they're going to get Brookfield next week on the road. However, Macon and Bowling Green are within a couple of points of each other. Macon plays at Centralia tonight. Centralia is undefeated. So theoretically, if Bowling Green can win this football game and win it in convincing fashion and Macon loses, they might be able to jump Macon. And it doesn't change the fact that they're going to play Macon, but it changes the fact that they may get to play at home. That's the big thing. So that's the incentive here this evening for the Bobcats to win this football game and hopefully turn next week's trip to Macon into a home game.
That would be very nice. Clopton Ellsbury pretty well. They could flip-flop with Highland depending on what goes on tonight, but they're playing a pretty tough Montgomery team at home. So
Highland's at South Shelby, so Highland's likely to lose too. So I mean, this district,
it's top-heavy.
Oh my goodness, Clark County, Palmyra, Monroe City, Macon, Bowling Green. I mean, at the start of the year, those are the top 5 teams on the Missouri side in Northeast Missouri. I mean, if you before you played any of the games, that's the way you would have thought of it. Of course, the big rivalry game tonight is at Monroe City, ironically, with all the stuff that emotionally they have going on. Let's throw in a game with Palmyra on top of it. So they'll be fired up and ready to go against the Panthers, and they're 2-3 in the district. Again, they're probably not going to change, or they're not going to change opponents, but they could theoretically flip where that game is next week as well. Just as this game here with the Bowling Green Bobcats.
You look at Class 1, District 6, Louisiana's going to be the 8th seed in that one, no matter what they do tonight. Mark Twain at 3-5, they could possibly get past Paris if they win tonight, but that one's it's right there, 4-4, 3-5. So if Mark Twain wins and Paris loses, they probably will flip-flop the 5 and 6 seeds.
Mark Twain is at Wright City, so that's a tough challenge for them. Right at the moment, they'd be set up to play Harrisburg, but Harrisburg's likely to lose tonight as they play at 7th-ranked Marceline tonight. So there's still a lot of things to be decided in Class 1 on the district side of things. Captains are at midfield. Coaches left the huddle. Coach Kevin Kretmeyer and Coach John Kluwer. This is his first year, right?
Yes, yeah. Coach Cleaver started this year. Probably not the results he wanted in his first year, but he's got low numbers to work with. So that's his challenge in the offseason with a full offseason is trying to build up that program.
Van Far's won the toss. They have deferred. Now, we talked a little bit in the pregame. Van Far's got 18 dressed, and 7 of those are seniors. So, yeah, the rebuild over the summer is going to be very, very important. I don't have any idea what the numbers are in the junior high program, but it's going to make things challenging trying to bring up 8th graders. They're going to have to play some varsity football next year. There's no question about it.
Get them in the weight room now.
So Van Far will kick off to start the first half. They're dressed in their Missouri/Monroe City look-alike black and gold, if you will. Their home jerseys. Bowling Green, they're dressed in all white tonight. Their road jerseys with the black helmets and the Bobcat on it. So
I do prefer the road Bowling Green.
Without question.
Uniforms with the white with red numbers.
Yeah, we won't tonight. Van Far's got very distinct numbers on their black jerseys, so they'll be easy. We shouldn't that's a disclaimer.
Yeah.
Have any problem with the numbers because yes, you're right. Those black jerseys with the red numbers in a not exactly luminous setting are challenging to say the least. So Bowling Green are good at the start the first half. They'll move from our left to our right on your computer screen or your radio dial if you're listening to us on the radio, as we are streaming this live on KJFM Eagle102.net. If you got friends around the area want to listen to it or pull it up on their computer.
Or weren't allowed to sit in either the Van Far section or the Bowling Green section because, they're right next to each other, and your wife was afraid that you'd say something wrong.
Actually, a good crowd here.
Yeah, real good crowd.
For as cold as it is, final regular season game of the season for both clubs. And kicking off will be, let's see. Ben Cassidy will kick it away for Van Far with the right foot. He's got it teed up. Glad to have you with us. Week 9 is underway. It's a line drive kick, and it'll be picked up by Hunter Smith. He'll go straight up the gut across the 30 and is immediately chopped down at the 30, falls forward to about the 33, maybe 34-yard line, and that's where the Bobcats will start their first offensive series.
Much like a mid-June home run turns into a fly-out in late October, that one just kind of died in front of the receiver, and he was able to pick it up, get about 10 yards after the catch.
Should be a fast track today, too, as the grass is mowed down and some dirt in the midfield. So we'll see how that plays out as well. Out of the spread formation, Dieters is going to start it right up the gut. He's got some running room, breaks it outside the 40. He's got some space. He cuts it back inside. He had wide open territory towards the sideline, but he gets into Van Far territory nonetheless, down to the Indian 45-yard line. So the first play from scrimmage, good for about 30 yards for the Bobcats.
And right about his own 45, he did a little stutter step that stopped 4 Van Far defenders completely in their tracks. He got another 10 yards after that.
He had some space up the sideline, but they were closing fast, so he decided to cut it back. Bowling Green runs it out of the spread. If you haven't seen them play or listened to them this year, they'll go with twins to the right. They'll run the same play. No, actually, Breakfield's going to keep it, and he's going to be tied up in the backfield and going to lose some yardage. Good defensive play that time by big number 55, Dayton Sanders had him by the shirt tail, and then the linebackers closed to help out.
He's checking to see if all his fingers are still there or if one of them's still in Breakfield's jersey. He stretched him about 5 yards.
Saw that a couple times last week. Loss of 2, 2nd and 12 for the Cats. Trips to the left this time, and they'll send Callahan in motion. He'll take it on the jet sweep around left end, breaks a tackle at the 45, and bounces forward across the 40 down to about the 38. He'll be short of the first down yardage by a couple of yards. Looks like maybe 3 is what they'll say.
He got about 8 yards on the run, and that's is he still wearing that cast on the
I haven't seen that. Yeah, he is. You can tell on his right hand there. So they'll go trips to right again. It's 3rd and a long 3 from the 38-yard line. Breakfield's going to look to pass. He throws deep down the left sideline. It's caught. And did they say he went out of bounds?
Yes.
That's Deontay Fleming, I believe, on the receiving end, is it not? It is. So a nice long pass from the 38 down inside the 5 to about the 3-yard line. A 35-yard completion from Breakfield to Fleming. And the Cats are in business with 10-11 to play in the first. Breakfield under center quickly, hands it off to Dieters off right tackle. He breaks a tackle at the goal line and goes in for the touchdown. 10:03. Didn't take but a minute 57 for the Bobcats to score on a 3-yard run by Gavin Dieters.
That was actually 33 Charlie Bowen.
Oh, it was?
Yeah.
I see. I told you I could have those jerseys.
They were pretty far away, Jim.
You're cheating. You've got that camera you're looking at. I see what you're doing. You're zooming in.
Yep.
So Bowen with the run from 3 yards, pardon me, and big Mr. Niemeyer will come in and try and complete the extra point, and it's going to be blocked.
That's the only way he really misses.
Good penetration that time from the right side. Looked like maybe Tony Garland got in there. And so 10:03 to play in the first. The Bowling Green Bobcats 6, the Van Far R6 Indians nothing. It's the high school game of the week on Eagle 102.
The human body can run like a well-oiled machine, but just like machines, they occasionally need attention. A lot of times because of accidents, injuries, or even general wear and tear, the body breaks down. That's where Pike County Memorial Hospital's physical and occupational therapy services can get you back to normal, daily activities. Don't let pain keep you from enjoying life. Let the team at PCMH focus on your recovery so you can focus on what matters to you. Pike County Memorial Hospital. Community-owned, nationally known.
Bank from anywhere with Bank of Louisiana's new Freedom Checking account. No minimum balance, no monthly fees, and free access to all of our mobile and online banking services like mobile check deposit, text banking, and online bill pay. Bank on your own terms with Freedom Checking from Bank of Louisiana. Stop by either Bank of Louisiana location today for more details or to open an account. Bank of Louisiana, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Phone data rates may still apply. Check with your carrier for details. Freedom Checking from Bank of Louisiana.
Tonight's game on KJFM brought to you by Mid-America Auto and Towing, People's Bank and Trust, and Pogue Ford.
6-0 our score. George Niemeyer to kick it away for the Bobcats. They lead it after a Bowling 3-yard touchdown run. We've got a whistle on the kick, and they're going to say Bowling Green was offsides.
Gunner left early.
So a good kick, actually. Niemeyer kicked it in the air all the way inside the 10 as Bryson lays back deep there for Van Far R6, but they'll get to do it again. A little bit of a wind tonight, not near as brisk as it was last Friday night at Bowling Green, but still a light breeze just to keep the fans nice and chilly.
A lot of blankets out there tonight.
Yes, there are, and they're sitting close together, so those fathers and wives, husbands and wives that you were talking about not getting along, they'll be cuddling tonight to try and stay warm. So George Niemeyer will get to do it again, this time from the 35-yard line. Interesting kick return setup, a 4-3-1-2-1 employed by the Van Far R6. Usually you see 5 guys on the front line.
And what's Bowling Green doing?
Now they're going to onside kick it, and they're going to get it. It went 5 yards, and the Van Far front line all backed up. And it looked like Brakefield was all over it, and he recovers it they're going to mark it right at the 50-yard line. So the onside kick, the first turnover of the game, and it'll go against the Van Far Indians, and Bowling Green will be in business right at midfield. That's interesting that they didn't try to do that from the 40. I guess they used the reverse psychology that Van Far thought George was really going to try and get into one since they'd marked off 5 yards. And it worked to perfection.
Bowen back in the backfield to start the second drive.
Nose of the ball right at the 50-yard line right here in front of us. Nice big press box here at Van Far. Great to be over here. I hadn't been over here for a while. Out of the spread formation, Brakefield will take the snap. He'll throw a little screen pass to the left side. It's caught. Breaking it to the outside is Lane Parker. He'll pick up about 2, maybe 3, as he did a lot of shaking and baking, if you will, and just didn't go very far.
Boy, Maximus rode that receiver backwards about 3 yards out of bounds.
After the reception, you betcha. So they'll give him 2. It'll be 2nd and 8. Twins to the right, twins to the left. Bowen in the backfield once again. Brakefield's going to drop back, look to pass. Now step up in the pocket. He's got some room to run. Across the 40, breaks a tackle there. Gets down to about the 37, maybe 38-yard line where he'll have a first down for the Bobcats with 9:16 to play in the first quarter.
He probably could have put his head down and run a little bit more, but had to work around the back judge.
Yeah, he ran right at him, or the umpire actually, right in the middle. And, he did a little, I hate to keep using shake and bake, but that's what it was. he did a little dance there and just to try and avoid. They tell you just try and run over and make them get out of the way. You know, it's some of those big old boys.
He is pretty stout.
They don't get right. They tackle you, actually. So first down yardage on the quarterback keeper. And Bowling Green will have it at the Van Far 38 on the handoff. Bowen again around right tackle. He's got some space. He turns on the Jets. He's at the 20. Cuts it back to the 20, to 15, down to the 10, where he'll be tripped up with the first down inside the 10-yard line. Charlie Bowen, he did some good running last week late in that game.
He had a big game against Mark Twain earlier this season as well.
Inside the 10, down to about the 9-yard line, so it'll be first and goal for the Bobcats with 8:40 to play in the first quarter. They lead at 6-0. Brakefield out of the spread, hands it off to Bowen. He'll bounce it outside, cuts it inside, now goes to the goal line, and he's in for the touchdown.
Wow.
Bowen with a 9-yard run now for the Cats. And they lead at 12-0 with 8:31 to play in the game. Well, we talked about turnovers in the pregame, and not a traditional turnover as we know it, but the onside kick worked, and Bowling Green is able to capitalize. And now George Niemeyer with break field to hold will try and convert this extra point, see if the line can give him a little time this time. Snap back, ball's down, and kick is away, and it's up, and they say it's good. So with 8:31 to play in the first quarter, the Bowling Green Bobcats 13, and Van Far R6 Indians nothing. You're listening to the high school game of the week on Eagle 102.
October is Truck Month at Pogue Ford in Bowling Green. Right now, get $1,000 in rebates, plus 0% financing for qualifying applicants on all 2019 F-150s. Need something bigger? Get up to 15% off all 2019 Ford Super Duties. All you have to do is stop in and speak to one of Pogue's knowledgeable sales staff. At Pogue, they have awesome deals all year round. Plus, great customer service during and after the sale. Pogue Ford on Business Highway 61 in Bowling Green.
Cellular and Satellite Center is the only stop you need to make when it comes to satellite providers, offering DirecTV and Dish Network along with antenna installs. Wait, there's more. They also offer several options for internet service with Viasat, HughesNet, and AT&T. Hold on, there's still more. They can also do security system installations, have TVs in stocks, mounts, and cables. Now, a special message from Matthew Niemeyer himself.
If you call an 800 number and they say we will be the local installer, they are wrong.
Contact Matthew at Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green, your local authorized dealer. Tonight's game on KJFM Radio is brought to you by the Mercantile Bank, Bowling Green Tractor, and County Market, Louisiana.
Well, Bowling Green won this game 52-30 last year, and it's starting to have that feel here in the early going as Niemeyer kicks a bullet right down the middle. And Lay will pick it up at the 10-yard line. Thinks about the right side, reverses field, nothing doing there. And he'll be tackled at the 20-yard line. So about where the touchback would have been if he would have let it roll. So nothing lost there for the Indians. And so we'll get to see them on offense for the first time as they kicked off to start the game. Then Bowling Green covered an onside kick after an offside penalty on the original kick after touchdown, and was able to score. So let's see what Verdell Johnson and the boys have to offer on the offensive side of the football. In the backfield with them is Tony Garland. As they go out of the spread, Garland will now go into the slot to the right. So we've got trips to the left. Now Garland back in the backfield, a single receiver to the right. Johnson takes the snap. They pitch it inside on the reverse, and that's going to be ruled incomplete as it fell to the ground. And
it's an interesting play call on first down, your first possession after 2 Bowling Green scores.
And the bad news for the Indians with that play is the offensive line, or the defensive line, I should say, from Bowling Green was all in the backfield. So we'll go with 2 backs in the backfield this time. They'll send Slayton in motion, or check that Garland in motion. Slayton was still there, and we've got a pre-snap whistle and a procedure penalty on Van Far. So, boy, nothing going right for the Indians here in the early going.
Not so far. They need a play already. They need a play.
They got to have something positive. Yeah, without question. They're deep in their own end. It's 2nd and 15. Johnson in the backfield in the shotgun. He'll drop back, looks to throw under pressure, breaks out of the pocket, gets some positive yardage out to the 25-yard line. Nice positive game by Verdell that time. So it makes it a little more manageable third down as it'll be 3rd and 5 for the Indians.
And his knees look pretty good on that run.
They did. But, you know, the defensive line was in the backfield and flushed him out. And I would think Van Far would want to spy him a little bit if they can. Van Far, or Bowling Green should spy him, I should say. They've got 8 guys in the box. They'll send Slatton in motion. Verdell fakes it to the right. He'll keep it, spins up the middle, and has first down.
Ooh.
Great spin move at about the 27 and rolls forward to the 33-yard line for the first down of the game for the –
That move was deadly. That's nice.
It was. Spin move. The defender had him lined up, but that was kind of like what he does on the basketball court. Actually. So after the first down, they'll have it at the 31-yard line, still in their own territory. Bowling Green's going to blitz. They throw it out to the flat, and it's caught by the wide receiver. That was Ben Cassidy on the catch. And a positive gain for the Indians once again.
Out to about the 38-yard line.
And it'll be second, and we'll call it 4. It's a long 4. We're down to 6:50 to play in the first quarter, 13-0, Bowling Green on top. Banfar on the move here with their first offensive series of the game. Johnson with twins to the left, single receiver to the right. He'll drop back, looks to pass, going to throw it deep across the middle. It's incomplete, and that thing slipped out of Johnson's hand and was a duck quacking, but it did get to the receiver, Julian Holtkamp, but just too tall for him, and it falls incomplete.
I think Starks may have gotten a fingertip on it to knock it a little bit further upfield.
So it'll be third and a long 4 for the Indians from their own 38-yard line. Same formation as before. Johnson on a long snap count. He'll hand it off this time to Garland, and he is popped.
That's Charlie Bowen.
I mean, popped at the 40-yard line, short of the first down. They'll be 2 yards shy, and it'll be 4th and 2 for the Indians. Will they go for it? I would guess they will. When you're 1-7, what have you got to lose, right?
Exactly.
They look to John Cleaver to the sideline for the call. Plenty of time on the play clock, 20 seconds. They don't want to run anything too fast here. So they'll go for it on 4th down. This is kind of important. They don't want to go down by 3 scores. They'll fake the handoff up. No, he does hand it off up the middle to Slatton, and nothing doing there.
Yep, the line just wasn't quick enough to get out in front, make any blocks for Morgan Slatton, and it'll be a turnover on downs.
They'll lose about 3 on the carry, back to maybe 4, back to the 36-yard line, and that's where Bowling Green will take over. 1st and 10 from the Vanfar R6 36-yard line. 5:36 to play in the first. Bowling Green on top 13-0. Try and keep you abreast of other games around the area as we go along here this evening. Senior night here at Vanfar. 7 football seniors on this squad. Out of the spread formation once again, Brakefield will hand it. Fakes the handoff to Bowen on the keeper. On the left side, Brakefield's got some space across the 30 at the 25. Now tackled at about the 22-yard line, it looks like.
Bryson Lay finally got him. Fooled me. That was a good sell on that fake handoff.
It was, and it's interesting that the Bowling Green running backs look like they have space towards the sidelines on a number of these plays, and they elect to break it back inside. With good speed, you could really take those maybe to the house. But first down yardage, nonetheless, looks like they're going to mark it at the 19-yard line. And so it'll be 1st and 10 there for the Cats. Brakefield's going to look to pass. Pump fakes. Now he's going to throw it across the middle.
Wow.
It's caught to Deontay Fleming for the touchdown. Great pass that time and look by Brakefield. Fleming on the receiving end of it from 19 yards out. And the lead is 19-0 for the Bobcats with 5:03 to play in the first.
It couldn't have been more wide open. The only question on that one was he still behind the line of scrimmage? He was, and it was close. He was within a yard of that being a illegal forward pass.
You're right, and it looked like he was going to run and pulled up right at the last minute. Niemeyer's kick is on the way, and it's going to be wide to the right and no good. So with 5:03 to play in the first quarter, you score the Bowling Green Bobcats 19, the Vanfar R6 Indians nothing. You listen to the high school game of the week on Eagle 102.
It's good to aim high, and sports can help children reach their goals. Join Pike County Mutual Insurance in Bowling Green and Farm Mutual Insurance in supporting local athletes. Be sure to catch all the action this sports season. Pike County Mutual Insurance salutes young local athletes and wishes them well. And they look forward to protecting these young adults with strong insurance coverage during what is sure to be a bright future. Pike County Mutual Insurance in Bowling Green.
Bowling Green Tractor wants to change the way you think about yard work with their Ego 56-volt ARC lithium battery-powered lawnmowers, weed eaters, blowers, trimmers, and chainsaws. At Bowling Green Tractor, you can walk in and see for yourself just how easy these products are to handle. So easy, anyone can use them. Once you try it, you'll just have to buy it. Stop by Bowling Green Tractor to see how easy yard work can be. Bowling Green Tractor, your home for Ego. Power beyond belief.
Area high school sports on Eagle 102 is brought to you by Craig's Truck and Tractor, Old Tops Pawn Shop, and Brown's Processing.
So did you kick in high school?
Did I kick?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Did you play football?
I did not. Our football team was pretty laughable.
Well, George Niemeyer, usually pretty reliable as a field goal kicker, had one blocked.
Did you see our both our alma maters got together on Wednesday?
They did, DeBorg and Ellsbury.
Yeah. DeBerg came up on the short end, but they made a valiant comeback. They were down 3-0, tied it up. It went to 8 innings before Ellsbury grabbed the victory.
Yeah, that's something we'll probably want to talk about before the night's over with as well. Well, Big George talking about kicking. When it gets cold like this, those footballs are like kicking a rock.
Yeah.
I punted when I was in college.
See, I played soccer.
Well, so you know it's
Exactly.
kind of the same thing. You get ready to kick that ball, and you go, ooh, this is going to hurt. But George's going to try it again as he'll kick it off here for the Bobcats. He kicks it deep this time. It's going to be corralled by Garland. He'll take it from the left side, goes to the right. He's got some room to the outside. He cuts up at the 35 to the 40, now out across midfield, or just short of midfield, I should say. So a really good run back that time by Tony Garland of the Van Far R6 Indians. Boy, he showed a little speed when he got around the right corner over there.
Boy, and a great stutter step about the 35-yard line. Got him 10 more yards.
Good field position for the Indians to start their second possession here late in the first quarter. 4:52 to play in the quarter. They trail 19-0. They'll go with trips to the left this time, single receiver to the right. Nobody in the backfield with Verdell Johnson. He'll go on the long snap count. Play clock down to 15. He'll look to his left, and he'll throw it underneath on a little crossing pattern, short crossing pattern, intended for slatting out of the right slot. Falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
I think he heard those footsteps coming from the blind side and got rid of that ball a little quicker than he wanted.
They were coming. Not bad pass protection that time though by the offensive line.
However, what did Darnold say? I'm seeing ghosts.
Yeah. Seeing ghosts out of a pro football quarterback. Johnson looks to pass on the wide receiver screen. It's caught, but the defense comes, and who is that but Charlie Bowen breaking up that screen pass, caught by Julian Holtkamp, but he'll lose a couple of yards. Looks like they'll mark it back to the 44-yard line as a loss of 2, and it'll be 3rd and 12.
Should I repeat? Charlie Bowen's a sophomore.
He's got it going on tonight, I can tell you. He's running the football well and has made 2 good defensive plays so far in the first quarter of this football game.
He was our primetime player at the game in the game at Mark Twain.
Johnson with 2 backs in the backfield this time. Now send Slatton in motion. Hands it off straight up the gut to Garland. Nothing doing there. Now, that's not going to be the place to run tonight, I don't believe, because the size of the Bowling Green defensive line, they have a pretty decent height and weight advantage.
Both Braden Perez and Tristan Charlton hit him and just made him disappear.
He did get back to the original line of scrimmage, and so it's 4th down from the 46-yard line. It looks like Johnson's thinking about punting this one away. Back deep is Michael Starks for Bowling Green, so they're not going to put Fleming back. Snap is high, corralled by Johnson. He runs, and he's going to get it away Australian League style, and it's a good punt. Hits on the 25, is still rolling, rolls out of bounds about the Bowling Green 13-yard line. It looks like they'll mark it at the 15. So great athletic play by Verdell Johnson that time. 1 to catch it, 2 to elude the rush, and 3 to get the kick away.
That was the biggest part of it, and you nailed it with the Aussie League football.
I'm not sure he knows anything about Aussie League football, but it looked like he did.
Yeah.
So the Cats will have it deep in their own end this time. First time they've had not so good a field position at their own 15-yard line with 3:03 to play here in the first quarter. They lead it 19-0. Brakefield handed off up the middle, and that was to the fullback, I believe. Catch a number. Is that Dieters back in?
I still can't see him.
Use your little Zoom function. Positive yardage, nonetheless. We'll figure out who it is. They hand it to him again, and he's going to move forward across the 20-yard line to about the 23. Cooper Keel, yeah, number 16.
He was a little bunched up with the numbers.
He's got it taped to his jersey, right, so they can't pull it out. So 7 yards on the first 2 carries by Keel. It's 3rd and 3 for the Bobcats. Brakefield in the backfield, trips to the right. He'll hand it off again to Keel. He'll get a first down yardage out across the 30 to about the 32-yard line.
Good cutback for another 2 yards at the end of that one.
So first down for the Bobcats as they move the chains with 2:06 to play in the first.
And I think Bowling Green, they're trying to groom some guys now. Cooper Keel, he's just a sophomore as well. Getting them some touches here in a conference game in the regular season, that can do nothing but benefit this program going forward.
No doubt, and the injuries always something you got to be cognizant of in football. So the more guys you have prepared and ready to play, the better off you're going to be. So there was some confusion in the backfield, and Coach K is going to call a timeout. We'll step aside as well. 1:37 to play in the first. Bowling Green leads at 19-0. You're listening to the high school game of the week on Eagle 102.
Hi, this is Kelsey Henderson, RN Case Manager for Pike County Home Health. Pike County Home Health offers a variety of services from skilled nursing to rehabilitation therapies. Our care is focused on helping you recover from an acute illness, surgery, accident, or change in medical condition. We strive to help you recover in an environment where you feel most comfortable. If you have any questions or home health needs, please contact us at 573-324-2111 or visit our website at pikecountyhealth.org.
Hey, this is Tyler from Mid-America Auto and Towing. We have a constant rotation of new inventory, including cars, trucks, and SUVs. If we don't have what you're looking for, then we'll find it. Mid-America Auto and Towing is located off Highway 54 across from KJFM. We offer a minimum of 12-month, 12,000-mile warranty, state inspections, diagnostics, engine and brake repair, and preventative maintenance. Mid-America Auto and Towing just off Highway 54 in Bowling Green is a one-stop shop. For 24-hour towing and roadside assistance, call 324-9919. Like us on Facebook or check out our website at midamericaautoandtowing.com.
Tonight's action is being brought to you by Liggins Flooring, Midwest Pest Professionals, and Eolia Landscaping Supply.
On first down after the timeout, Brakefield in the backfield by himself. He drops back, avoids the pressure, and now scrambles to the left. He's got all kinds of black jerseys after him, and he's not going to get away.
That's when you've been flushed from the pocket. Throw that one out of bounds.
Absolutely. But he's going to lose a bunch from the 32-yard line all the way back to the, looks like they'll mark it at the 20. So a 12-yard loss on the sack for the Indians. And Bowling Green will have it 2nd and 22 with 1 minute to play in the quarter. We're in the first. Brakefield will send trips to the right, single receiver to the left. Single back in the backfield with him. He'll fake the handoff. No, he does hand it off straight up the gut. That's Bowen back in the game, spins at the 30 and back to the original line of scrimmage. So a good 12-yard, 13-yard gain by Bowen that time to make it 3rd and less than 10.
I just saw a score with Louisiana trailing Scotland County 8-0 in the second quarter. So either that's wrong or it was a fast-moving, low-scoring first quarter.
Well, yeah, that is pretty quick because this has been, this game's moved right along. And it looks like Bowling Green's going to let the clock run out as there's 20 seconds on the play clock, only 16 on the game clock. And so that's going to do it for the first quarter. Your score, the Bowling Green Bobcats 19, the Van Far R6 Indians nothing. Listen to the high school game of the week on Eagle 102.
Here's one question that has no wrong answer. Are you going to choose the new Shell and Fuel Rewards card to be used at Shell stations, or the Shell and Fuel Rewards MasterCard that can be used everywhere MasterCard is accepted? With both, you save 10 cents per gallon, up to 20 gallons every time you fill up. And you also earn 10% rebates on your first $1,200 in non-fuel purchases per year at Shell stations. See? You can't go wrong with either. Visit www.shell.us/getrewards and apply today. At participating Shell stations only. Terms and conditions apply.
Are you still looking for a bank that knows you by name, offers convenient hours and hometown service? Look no farther than Community State Bank of Missouri. Hello, this is Mark Gooden. Our pleasant staff is here to welcome you and service all of your banking needs. Stop by our office in Bowling Green or Troy and experience the banking difference. Community State Bank of Missouri, your hometown community bank since 1887. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Tonight's game on KJFM brought to you by Outlaw Lawn and Landscaping, Hinky Construction, and Meyer Implement.
As we start the second quarter, hand off to Bowen up the middle. He'll break it to the outside, and he's out across the 40 to about the 42-yard line. Looks like they'll mark him back maybe at the 41. He bounced, so he's going to be short of the first down by a yard.
I bet they go for it here.
4th and 1.
Up 19. I think they want to keep the possession, keep the clock moving. Saw another update there. 14-0 Scotland County now leading Louisiana.
On 4th down, trips to the left, single receiver to the right. Brakefield in the backfield out of the shotgun. He'll hand it off up the middle of Dieters. He breaks a tackle. He's at the 40. Will he get to the 42? I don't know. I think he's going to be short. We'll have to check the spot.
Yeah, they may have to pull out the chains on this one.
May have another measurement. Nope, they're going to give it to him.
First down. Good, tenacious running.
Oh, my goodness. He was hit at the 39-yard line, and he carried 2 or 3 defenders with him. And, in fact, in the end, I think they helped push him a little further than he would have gotten if they'd have just tackled him, because they gang tackled him, and the surge gave him that first down. So positive yardage for Bowen. He's done some good running, as we've said, here in this first quarter. And now in the second. Brakefield on a drop. He'll look to pass. He's going to throw it deep, intended for Fleming. Fleming adjusts to the ball, makes the catch. He's on the loose. Will he get to the end zone? Yes, he will.
Wow.
40, check that 58-yard touchdown pass and catch from Brakefield to Fleming. They connect for the second time, and it's 25-0 Bowling Green.
That's just Fleming there. That's all the speed of Deontay Fleming. He had to stop his route short, come back, catch that ball, move back around the 2 defenders that were on him, and outrun them to the end zone. He had to break 1 tackle along the way and was able to do it.
Not unlike the back shoulder pass we hear a lot about, but that one was just underthrown. He did a great job adjusting to it as Niemeyer's extra point. This one's high and long and good. So with 10:42 to play in the first half, the Bowling Green Bobcats 26, the Van Far R6 Indians, nothing. You're listening to the high school game of the week on Eagle 102.
If you are in the market for a car, whether you're looking for a new or used vehicle, make sure you visit Bowling Green Chevrolet. Their selection will surprise you with prices that can't be beat. Bowling Green Chevrolet is just off Highway 61 at the South Bowling Green exit. Once you get there, you'll see why Bowling Green Chevrolet is the #1 dealership in the area. Check it out for yourself. Bowling Green Chevrolet, where you'll always feel at home.
When you support a locally owned pharmacy, you're contributing to the growth of the community. The dollars you spend stay right here to support our local community. Health Mart pharmacies are locally owned pharmacies. There's one right here. Health Mart pharmacists have a personal commitment to their communities because, just like you, they support their community. Health Mart pharmacies are locally owned and hometown proud.
Louisiana is a Health Mart town. Family Drug Health Mart Pharmacy. The right people, the right price, right downtown. Health Mart, caring for you and about you.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Abel's Quick Shops, Bowling Green Chevrolet, and Family Drug.
Well, it's been all Bobcats in the first half. 2 Charlie Bowen touchdown runs and 2 touchdown passes from Brakefield to Fleming. Gives the Cats a 26-0 lead as Niemeyer will kick it deep this time, gets a good foot into it, back to the 10-yard line where Lay will pick it up. Heads this way. He's got some running room. He's got to beat Niemeyer, and Niemeyer's going to make the tackle.
Yeah, that's not your normal kicker there.
No, that's exactly right. And if Niemeyer doesn't tackle him, he goes all the way. He goes 90 yards because that was it. He was the only guy left. But at about 6'4", 200, he might not be that heavy. But he made the tackle a touchdown-saving tackle, and they're going to mark it at the 46-yard line. So a nice 36-yard return that time by Lay. They got that return right down pat do the Indians, as it's worked twice. Last time on the last kickoff, Garland took it back, brought it back for a nice return. And so good field positions for the Indians from their own 46-yard line.
Now they got to do something with it.
Exactly. Johnson drops back. He's under pressure, and he's going to be sacked from behind.
Wow.
Had a little space, didn't get the motor going fast enough, and was tracked down from behind by Matt McDonald. You're right. Loss of 2. It'll be 2nd and 12 with 10:13 to play in the half. They need, we've said this every offensive possession, boy, they could really, really use some points on this drive.
Uh-huh.
Twins to the left, twins to the right now. Johnson, and he has Garland in the backfield, or check that, it's Slatton, and he's going to be hit immediately as he has it. I was right the first time, it was Garland, and he was hit immediately as Johnson handed him the football, and he'll lose a couple of more yards, 3 to be exact.
Clay Lazier, Matt McDonald in on the stop that time.
All the way back to the 43-yard line where it'll be 3rd and 14.
And those corners are just, their mouths are watering now.
They are. Of course, you got to contain. You got to remember to contain with Johnson. He sends trips to the left, single receiver to the right. What do you think, a wide receiver screen this time? Well, that's what they were going to do, but Johnson's going to scramble out of trouble. Breaks away, has some room now, gets out of bounds right at the 50-yard line. Actually, they're going to say
ball was knocked out of his hands out of bounds, so they're going to give him the 49.
Correct. And it'll be 4th down. Looked like he had a little space, but the defense closed quickly.
Yeah, he was carrying that football way out away from his side.
The old loaf of bread mentality. So Johnson will kick it away. Deontay Fleming is back deep this time for the Bobcats. Let's see if they want to kick it. Another high snap. He will get it away. It's an end over end. Hits well short. It's going to take an Indian bounce. Still rolling inside the 15-yard line. Well, one thing about Johnson's punts, they roll the right direction and they roll a bunch. The first one rolled about 20 yards. That one rolled about 15. So they'll have Bowling Green pinned back in their own end once again at it's just inside the 15-yard line between the 14 and 15. And they'll have it on the offensive side of the football with 8:42 to play here in the first half. They lead it 26-0. Brakefield with trips to the left this time. Single receiver to the right. Play clock down to 23. He's going to keep it himself. Goes up the middle. Got a little bit of running room. Gets it out across the 15-yard line out to about the 18. So a gain of about 3, maybe 4. It'll be 2nd and a long 6. Looks like, is that Bowen in the backfield or is that 32 in the backfield now?
That's Dieters this time.
Brakefield's going to pass. He throws it deep to Niemeyer. It's caught up the right sideline at the 50-yard line, and he'll be knocked out of bounds at the 46, maybe 45-yard line of the Indians. So a long pass. Same play they ran to Fleming. On the left side, this time to the right side to Niemeyer. He makes a catch, and it's great pass and catch. Good for positive yardage and a first down for the Bobcats.
I think that's the best deep ball I've seen from Brakefield so far this season.
That one was on the money. There wasn't any slowing down and catching up to that. On first down, same formation. They'll hand it off up the middle this time. And that is Dieters. Gets across the 45-yard line down to about the 44. gain of 1. It'll be 2nd and 9 with 7:44 to play in the half.
And that is, it's a subtle change, but swapping out Dieters and Bowen, it's just enough of a change to mess with the defense a little bit.
Yeah, they definitely show different styles of running, but both of them have been successful so far tonight. They'll send Dieters in motion this time. Breakfield's going to throw it to the left side, and it falls incomplete. Wow, right in the breadbasket of the intended receiver, Austin Callahan. And I think that cast or whatever it is he has.
Yeah, it's still wrapped, but not cast anymore, it looks like.
However, when you have it, looks like maybe his pinky and ring finger taped.
Yeah, you got to get those hands out.
Kind of hard. So it'll be 3rd and 9 for the Cats. Trips to the left, single receiver to the right. Once again, Breakfield has Dieters in the backfield just to his left. He'll send him to motion to the right, and they'll swing it to Dieters. Look to get him in some open space. He breaks a tackle across the 50, down to the 45, 40, down. Maybe he hit first down yardage at the 35. We'll have to check the mark.
Looks pretty close.
And they're going to give it to him. He had to beat a defender. He had a guy pacing with him over in the flat, but he made a nice move, picked up a block from the wide receiver, and picks up the first down yardage right at the 35-yard line with 7 minutes to play in the half.
Fresh set. They can keep that clock running.
Breakfield's been on point with the passes so far this evening. This time we'll hand it off to Dieters, left tackle. He'll look for some space, bounces it back inside, picks up about 5 down to the 35. Check that 30-yard line, and it'll be 2nd and 5 for the Cats. They lead at 26-0 here as we're about midway through the second quarter with 6:30 to play in the half.
64, Ethan Fort on the stop. Pretty good open field tackle.
Offense looking to the sideline for the play call. They started to send in Hunter Smith, but called him back. So they'll go with twins to the left. Strong left as well. Breakfield on the run pass option, hands it to Dieters. He's hit immediately, and that looked like it was Johnson actually on a tackle. Is that right? No, that's 14, not 34.
Morgan Slatton was also there, as well as Ben Cassidy.
So no gain on the carry. It'll be 3rd and 5. Dieters maybe not hitting the line of scrimmage with the gusto that Bowen was when he was in the game for the Cats.
Yep, Banfar getting a little better penetration.
Got a bunch of guys in the box. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to be exact. Breakfield's going to look to pass as a result. He's on the scramble, on the run. Now he throws it and it's deflected, almost picked off. Big number 56 out of his linebacker position. Case Stafford had a shot at it but couldn't corral it, and it falls incomplete, and it'll be 4th down.
5:21 to go. Still think it's 4-down territory.
Without question, unless George Niemeyer's got a 47-yard field goal in
it. I saw him kicking in the 40-yard range when I first got here, but that was, again, in the daylight and without that rock, like you say.
Yeah, a little warmer football.
Yeah.
So they'll go for it on 4th and 5 from the Indian 30-yard line. Breakfield in the backfield by himself. He'll have Dieters in the wing. Now bring Smith in motion. They'll run the reverse, and it's going to be Callahan, and he's going to be tackled. The defense sniffed it out.
Maximus Road.
Great tackle by Road, and stops the drive for the Cats at the 36-yard line, and they'll take over on downs.
That's the first time Bowling Green's been stopped tonight.
It is. And a little trickery by Coach Kredemeyer. Didn't work, a double reverse. But Road sniffed it out. So the Indians have it back with 5:14 to play in their own 31-yard line. Trips to the right this time for Johnson. He'll look to pass those into the flat, and it's caught and immediately hit. And they're going to say it's incomplete. Taking the big hit was Kylan Nation.
And it was Starks that got him.
Yeah, he was hit immediately, and the ball popped free, and the officials ruled that he didn't have possession or hadn't made a football move with it, so it falls incomplete, and it'll be 2nd and 10.
You know, I almost saw a turnover coming on that play, too. The first time the offense has been stopped, I thought maybe Van Far would try something a little big there and maybe end up with a pick. But just an incomplete pass.
And fortunate that it wasn't a turnover. So Johnson with trips to the right once again, single receiver to the left on 2nd down. Here comes the blitz. They hand it off on the inside handoff to the running back. Good positive yardage that time by Bryson Lay.
Yeah, Bryson Lay again.
And he'll get it out to the 40-yard line. So manageable 3rd and 1 now for the Van Far R6 Indians. Certainly in 4 down. Well, I don't know. They've punted the last couple of times from this area, so maybe they aren't in 4 down territory. But 3rd and 1, it's certainly manageable for the Van Far R6 Indians. Down to 4:35 to play in the 2nd quarter. Bowling Green on top 26-0. Johnson with twins to the left, twins to the right. He's going to throw it across the middle. It's caught. Good for 1st down yardage out across midfield down to about the 46-yard line. Ben Cassidy with the catch on a little hook pattern out of the slot position. Worked to perfection, and they're in Bowling Green territory, are the Indians.
It's so interesting how Verdell throws that screen. It's almost like a two-hand shot put or something like that.
Shot put is exactly what was in my mind as well. So 1st down yardage, and they have it at the Bowling Green 48. Johnson fakes the handoff. He's going to run with it. Spins at the 45, and then about 6 Bobcats close quickly. But good positive yardage that time by Johnson on the keeper. He'll get it down to the 43-yard line, 42-yard line. And it'll be 2nd and 5 with the clock running at 3:40 to play in the half. Jim Ross, Mark Froelich with you. Glad to have you with us. Bowling Green leads at 26-0, but the Indians are on the move. Johnson now brings a receiver in motion, fakes the handoff, and he'll keep it going to his right. Has some blockers, but the defense again closes quickly. He'll get down to about the 40-yard line, and it'll be 3rd down and about 3 for the Indians. 3:12 to play in the quarter and half, if you will. They mark it right at the 40. He's got to get to the Indians have to get to the 42 or to check that 37-yard line for the 1st down. 2 backs in the backfield with Johnson. Now they'll send Lay in motion, and they'll run a misdirection play to Slatton. The ball's loose on the ground and recovered by
that's Hunter Smith.
There's the turnover you talked about, killing what is a good drive by the Van Far Indians, but a big hit on Slatton, and he coughed it up. And Bowling Green's on the football with the turnover with 2:46 to play in the 1st half. 2nd turnover of the game, both by Van Far. 1st on an onside kick. So let's see if Bowling Green wants to try and push it down the field and score in this last 2:46. Trips to the right, and Breakfield's going to roll. He'll throw it into the flat, but it was behind the intended receiver, which was number 11, I believe, Lane Parker. Ball's incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, I think Bowling Green's going to try and push it here. They're going to have to kick off to start the 2nd half. So I think they want to put a few more points on the board, get this thing over 30 before we finish the 1st half.
Breakfield with trips to the right, single receiver to the left. That's Fleming. Got to keep an eye on him. He'll roll to the right once again. Has Dieters leading the way. He's going to throw it. It's intended for Niemeyer, but too far to the sideline for George. It'll fall incomplete. It'll be 3rd down. Well, he's trying to bite off big yardage. You don't necessarily have to do that with 2:33 and 2 timeouts left. And he also had some running room.
He did.
He had Dieters leading the way with him on the rollout, but elected to throw it, so it's 3rd down. Stops the clock, however, with 2:33 to play in the half.
Maybe he was thinking of that hookup with Fleming earlier where he was on the run.
Same formation, trips to the right, single to the left. He'll run that, throws that swing past the Dieters. Now he'll look for some space. Gets across the 40, out to the 50, and now we have a late flag that comes in. And that's going to be something late, I'm guessing.
They got it just shy of the first down marker, maybe a half yard, but
I think that one's coming back as Van Far has an injured player on the field.
I think that's Dayton Sanders, but I'm not positive. No, Sanders is on the sideline. I thought it was 55 and something with a 5.
It is.
With 2:24 to go here in the first half, we'll take a break while they deal with the injured Indian here in week number 9. Van Far trailing Bowling Green 26-0 on Eagle 102.
Is it time to renew, redo, or rebuild? People's Bank and Trust can help you make those home improvements without springing a leak in your budget. I'm Christine Rutherford, and we have loans designed specifically for repairs and renovations, along with home equity lines of credit. Stop by your local People's Bank in Bowling Green and let's talk about how People's Bank can help you. People's Bank and Trust online at www.pbtc.net or give me a call at 573-324-2525. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender, MLO number 421603, NMLS number 407724.
As a farmer, you rely on rainfall to ensure your crop production, but sometimes the weather doesn't cooperate. Droughts can happen and do. Long dry spells can ruin your crops, but shouldn't ruin your life. With a pasture, rangeland, and forage policy through NAU Country Insurance Company and Bowling Green Insurance Agency, you'll be provided with the extra protection you need. Contact Fred Carlson at Bowling Green Insurance to discuss how PRF can help manage your risk. NAU Country Insurance Company is an equal opportunity provider.
Area high school sports on KJFM is brought to you by Bowling Green Insurance and Pike County Health Department Home Health and Hospice.
Well, it was a major penalty on the Bobcats, a 15-yard variety. And then on the ensuing play, they have 2 backs in motion at the same time. So they'll flag them again. It'll be a 5-yard penalty. So it is 3rd and Rawls County. The ball's on the...
Stafford was the injured Indian. He's okay and actually tried to come back in but couldn't because they haven't run a play yet.
So they'll crank the clock, trips to the right. It's 3rd and, they've got to get to the 45-yard line. They're inside the 20. Brakefield Roseback's going to set up the screen. Gets it to Callahan. Callahan looked for some blocking help, breaks it to the outside. Now he's got some space. He turns it on at the 45, and he cuts it back inside again. He's still on the list, looking for a blocker. If he can get one block, he may go. He's at the 20, at the 10, at the 5. Touchdown. From the 16-yard line, I believe.
It's going to be. It's still going to be a first down, but there's a flag at the 10-yard line.
They're screaming from the coach's box or from the somewhere up here. It was a hold. Let's see if that's what they call. The flag is at the 10-yard line.
Yeah, it was really late in the run, and it really wouldn't have affected the play any. He was in.
And it would have been, let's see, what's 16 minus 100? That's a bunch, 84 yards.
Yeah.
But it's not going to. It's still going to be a huge gain, a 74-yard gain to the 10 where the flag is laying, and they're going to say holding or illegal block in the back. So they'll mark it off. It'll still be a first down because that's a mark or a penalty from the spot of the foul, which was the 10-yard line. So they'll mark off 10, and Bowling Green will have it at the Indian 20-yard line with 1:56 to play in the half. A lot of cutting back that time by Callahan, looking for blockers, and he picked up a few, however, one of them.
Boy, Brakefield's got some guts, though, doesn't he?
Woo, doesn't he?
Staying in the pocket that long to set up that screen.
Dieter's in the backfield, twins to the right, twins to the left. Brakefield out of the shotgun. He'll take the snap, 3-step drop, looks to pass across the middle, and it's caught at about the 6-yard line and tackled down, looks like on the catch that time. That's a new number. Michael Starks from the wide receiver position. First catch for him tonight.
Michael's had a good game defensively. That's his first contribution offensively tonight.
Looks like they're going to mark it with the nose of the ball on the 5-yard line, so it'll be 1st and goal from the 5 as the clock runs with 1:30 to play in the half. Bowling Green on the move. They bring a receiver in motion. That's Callahan. Brakefield on the slant pattern. It's off the hands of Niemeyer and falls incomplete. Man, he was wide open. That pass was just a half a second too late and was behind Niemeyer, and he was unable to corral it. It'll be second down. 1:22 to play. 26-0. Bowling Green on top. Don't go away at halftime. We'll recap the scoring, find some scores from around the area, as there's a lot of high school football in this Week 9 final week of the regular season. Callahan will fake the inside handoff, and they'll give it to Dieters, and he's going to be corralled for a loss. As good defensive penetration that time by the line of Van Far R6, and it'll be a loss of about 2.
Road leading the charge again for Van Far.
Maximus. You got to say Maximus Road. That just, that has that gladiator sound to it. It'll be third and goal as it looks like they mark it at about the 7-yard line. And we're under a minute to play here in the half as the offensive players from Bowling Green look to the sideline for the play call. On third down, they still have 2 timeouts left, so no concerns about the clock. Dieters in the backfield with Brakefield, and he'll burn one of the timeouts right now. He didn't like what he saw, and the play clock was about to run out, so he'll call a timeout. We'll step aside as well. 33 ticks to play in the half. Bowling Green leads at 26-0. Listening to the high school game of the week on Eagle 102.
Ingram Plumbing has always been known for its outstanding plumbing service. But did you know that Ingram's is also the largest retail plumbing supply store in the area? We carry Delta faucets, a complete line of Whirlpool tubs and showers, jacuzzi pumps, and many other specialty items. At Ingram Plumbing, we're ready to meet all your plumbing needs. I should know. I'm Bonnie Ingram, and I've worked there for over 50 years. Stop by Ingram Plumbing today, Highway 61, Bowling Green.
The Mercantile Bank in Louisiana says now's the time to sign up for online banking and bill pay. You won't have to get out in the weather. With online banking, you can bank day or night from your home, office, or anywhere with internet access. Check account balances, view checks, and much more. Stop in today to learn more about online banking and bill pay at the Mercantile Bank, downtown Louisiana. Your hometown bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Area high school sports on Eagle 102 is brought to you by Bowling Green Pharmacy, Pike County Memorial Hospital, and Ingram Plumbing.
After the timeout, the Cats have it third and goal from the Indians' 7-yard line. Let's see what they drew up during the timeout. Twins to the right, single receiver to the left. Dieters in the backfield with Brakefield out of the shotgun. He'll take the snap. He'll throw a slant pattern. It's picked off. Picked off by the Indians at the 20. He may go all the way. He's up the sideline, and he's going to be caught and knocked out of bounds at the 38-yard line. Great interception on the slant pattern that time by Ben Cassidy, and he just didn't quite have the wheels to take it 95 yards for the touchdown, but he does get it into Bobcat territory at the 36.
That's what happens when you leave for 30 seconds.
Great defensive play by the Indians to stop the drive by the Bobcats. So with 21 seconds, the Indians will have it. And now we have a sideline warning, I believe, on Bowling Green, which means nothing until they get a second one. And then it's
it's interesting that they got that on that play because it was to the Van Far sideline.
That was something strange about that whole deal. So anyway, the Indians have it in Bowling Green territory. Let's see if they can punch it in with 21 and a half ticks to play in the half. Johnson with Garland in the backfield. Twin receivers to the left, a single receiver to the right. Will they put it up? Johnson takes the snap. He's going to look to pass. Now under pressure, will look to scramble. Across the 35 to the 30, down to the 25. He's going to be hit and tackled at the 20 with 11.4 seconds to play. Timeout on the field. I believe that's the first timeout for Van Far. Let's keep it right here with 11.4 seconds to play, and the ball at the 20-yard line. So I think, Mark, they haven't had a whole lot of luck passing the ball. Johnson's probably their best option here to try and punch this in before time runs out.
Yeah.
Are you winded?
I still am. I'm still trying to catch my breath. I ran out of the press box, took care of some business, ran back up, and
just wanted some exercise.
Yeah, that's a
young guy like you needs exercise
yeah.
in this
Is that what it is?
cold weather. Yeah, get your blood flowing. Old guys like me, we just sit here and our blood stays cold and we don't worry about it. So great defensive play though by the Indians, going back to the interception by Cassidy. Picked it off at the 5 and had a lot of space, all green grass actually, but was tracked down by the Bowling Green offensive guys at the 44-yard line, I believe, and stopped the drive by the Bobcat, which is a good thing. Now can they punch it in with 11.4 seconds to play? They still have timeouts, so any play in the playbook is an option for them at this point. From the 20-yard line, they'll send trips to the left, single receiver to the right. Keep an eye on Garland, who's in the near slot. No backs in the backfield with Johnson. Will they run some sort of wide receiver screen? Well, they're going to throw it across the middle. It's caught to Slatton. He's inside the 10-yard line. Good for the first down, and it'll be 1st and goal. As he came out of the slot, good look away that time by Johnson to look to the corner receivers in the end zone and hit Slatton across the middle for the first down. And Banfar will burn another timeout with 5.1 seconds to play. So this, more than likely, will be the final play of the half from the 7-yard line.
A little early look at some halftime scores. Scotland County leads Louisiana in Week 9, 30-0. Pleasant Plains leading Pittsfield 27-14. Let's see here. Troy Buchanan leading Festus 17-0 at the half.
Troy's had a good year this year.
They have.
I think they're 5-3. They've had a down long 10 years probably. Had a pretty good, I think they had their first winning record last year for quite some time. And now they're going to they will finish with a winning record this year again. So good for the Trojans of Troy. 5.1 to play here in the half. 1st and goal for the Indians from the 7-yard line. They go with their power formation. They're going to hand it to big number 55 out of the fullback position, and he's going to be stacked up at the 5.
Oh!
And it's a herd push. Are they going to get him in? He's going to be short.
As time expires.
Dayton Sanders comes into the game, emblematic of the fridge, going back to the 86 Bears. And not only did he get stopped, but then it became a rugby scrum half.
Oh, my goodness. There were 11 Bobcats in on that tackle.
Oh, that was hilarious. Yeah, both teams had about everybody on the ball. Who can push him the furthest? And the Bobcats were able to keep him out of the end zone. And that'll do it for the first half of action. Your score, the Bowling Green Bobcats 26, the Banfar R6 Indians nothing. The halftime show is next on Eagle 102.
The Eagle 102 halftime report is coming up, sponsored by Cellular and Satellite Center.
Cellular and Satellite Center is the only stop you need to make when it comes to satellite providers, offering DirecTV and Dish Network along with antenna installs. Wait, there's more. They also offer several options for internet service with Viasat, HughesNet, and AT&T. Hold on, there's still more. They can also do security system installations, have TVs in stocks, mounts, and cables. Now, a special message from Matthew Niemeyer himself.
If you call an 800 number and they say we will be the local installer, they are wrong.
Contact Matthew at Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green, your local authorized dealer.
Hi, this is John. I'm one of the pharmacists you see at Family Drug in Louisiana and the Bowling Green Pharmacy. We're right here with personal and prompt service, giving you the answers about your medications. If you're new in town, come get acquainted. If you're one of our regulars, thank you. You are always welcome to come in and just say hi. The right people, the right service, right downtown. Family Drug, 3rd in Georgia in Louisiana, and the Bowling Green Pharmacy on the square in Bowling Green.
Some combinations were just meant to go together. Burger and fries.
Order up!
Washer and dryer. Online and dating.
Ooh, swipe right.
At State Farm, there's another combination meant to go together. Home and auto. As in combining your home and auto insurance with one agent. Which leads to another combination, saving dollars and cents. Your State Farm agent is here to help life go right. Combine home and auto and see how much you can save.
Visit Cindy Blaylock Agency in Louisiana.
bringing you all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth, sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana. It's now time for the Eagle 102 halftime report, sponsored by Cellular and Satellite Center.
Well, 26-0, Bowling Green leads Van Far at the half, and you were right. With about 5 seconds left, you said every play in the playbook is on the table, and we saw probably the last page.
We certainly did, and a rugby game broke out inside the 5-yard line.
We've had Australian rules, we've had rugby. We're spanning the globe tonight.
So even though the Cats lead at 26-0, it's been a pretty entertaining game. We've had a couple long kick returns, an interception that nearly was run back for a touchdown, an onside kick that was recovered by the Bobcats. But in the end, Charlie Bowen with 2 touchdown runs and 2 touchdown passes from Nick Brakefield to Deontay Fleming, and that accounts for the scoring for the Bobcats. And you think about it, though, Mark, they scored at the 10:48 mark, did the Bobcats of the second quarter, and Van Far's defense stiffened.
Yeah, they really did play well the rest of the half. They started getting a little penetration through that Bowling Green offensive line. Stopped a couple of runs in the backfield. Like you said, got the big interception there in the final minutes when this game could have really started with a running clock, in the second half. But they were able to keep it down to 26 and still be in this game.
Yeah, without a doubt. And what more? Boy, they really could have gone into the locker room with some positive energy if they could have punched that ball in. A good Verdell Johnson run, a nice pass from Johnson to Slatton to get him inside the 10-yard line. And then they bring in the out of the Chicago Bears playbook an offensive lineman at the fullback position, and he just wasn't able to get it across the
You know what I would love to see in the second half? Him take that ball again and then lateral it back. See what they can do with that.
Or even run not in a goal line situation because, man, he's big.
Oh, yeah, he's huge, yeah.
He could truck some people as he's going down through there. So, yeah, it would be certainly interesting to see that.
Yeah, if he got like a 10-yard head start, I think it would be really hard to take him down. But like you said, though, despite the score, very entertaining half of football. We went nearly the entire second quarter without a score as the defenses stepped it up. Each team got some turnovers. Bowling Green still +1 in that turnover battle. And usually if you win that, you win the ball game, and that's how it is so far.
Yeah, not a lot of penalties in the first half as well. On the positive side for the Van Far 6, they will get the ball to start the second half, so maybe they can feed off some of that positive energy. They got to take care of the football. If they don't, things can get out of hand in a hurry for them here in this second half.
Van Far, they're close. They've got 4 or 5 solid players, and 1 or 2 pretty good players. It's just getting that mix and keeping them all healthy, and having the folks on the sideline that can provide a third down spell or
Right.
something like that. It's not bad. You just got to get those numbers up.
Well, and it'll be interesting to see if that plays a factor in the second half if they're wore down. Now, the good news is there's no heat to exhaust them from that, but the wear and tear of having to go every play here in this first half against a bigger, outnumbered squad from Bowling Green, we'll see if that becomes a factor in the second half.
As the band plays, we look at a scoreboard that reads 26-0. Bowling Green leading Van Far here in the final week of the regular season. Districts start next week. We'll talk more about that. Find you some scores from around the area and much more as we continue the Eagle 102 halftime show.
Cellular and Satellite Center is the only stop you need to make when it comes to satellite providers, offering DirecTV and Dish Network along with antenna installs. Wait, there's more. They also offer several options for internet service with Viasat, HughesNet, and AT&T. Hold on, there's still more. They can also do security system installations, have TVs in stocks, mounts, and cables. Now a special message from Matthew Niemeyer himself.
If you call an 800 number and they say we will be the local installer, they are wrong.
Contact Matthew at Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green, your local authorized dealer.
Bank from anywhere with Bank of Louisiana's new Freedom checking account. No minimum balance, no monthly fees, and free access to all of their mobile and online banking services like mobile check deposit, text banking, and online bill pay. Bank on your own terms with Freedom Checking from Bank of Louisiana. Stop by either Bank of Louisiana location today for more details or to open an account. Bank of Louisiana, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Home data rates may apply. Check with your carrier for details. Freedom Checking from Bank of Louisiana.
Farmers, the crew at Mike's Tire and Service Center is here to serve you. They know the hours you put in, definitely not your typical 8 to 5, which makes it difficult to get that equipment in for service. Therefore, they offer on-the-farm tire repair. Call Mike's Tire and Service Center and they'll be happy to work with you to get you back to operation as usual. Hi folks, my name is Cody Kirkendall, new owner of Mike's Tire and Service Center, located on Business Highway 61 in Bowling Green. Mike's Tire and Service Center proudly supports all area farmers.
Hear all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth, sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
Man, are you watching this band? Kudos to the Van Far Marching Band. They're 13 strong, and they're doing formations.
Oh, yeah.
Like a big, huge 100-person marching band. Awesome. Awesome. Congratulations to them. And they sound good, too.
Yeah, I always, the Indian Pride Band here, always makes a good noise. Not a whole bunch of squeaking going on down there, and like you said, even with the low numbers, they still put the formations out there. They play a variety of songs. This week, I think I heard some stuff from when I was in high school, some alternative hits being played by the marching band, but
I'm sitting here in amazement. Good. Yeah, it's awesome. And in the pregame, when they did the national anthem, they had some of Community R6 band members with them as well. But at the halftime show, it's just the Van Far folks, and they're still doing stuff. It is cool. It is cool. Congratulations to them.
And if you want to see it, you can watch on KJFM Eagle102.net. We're live streaming this ball game as we have each week of the season here in the fall of 2019, and you can watch back in the archive as well. From KJFM Radio. So a lot to look forward to as we get through the fall seasons. Winter right around the corner. That means basketball. This is the basketball mecca of Missouri, this area, and boy, it's going to be a fun season. But we got to get through a couple of weeks of football first, and see if any of these teams can get into that state tournament. It's going to be tough. All our teams are going to be 5 or below in the upcoming brackets, or 4 and below. Bowling Green seed remains to be seen.
Yeah, football-wise, the challenges are tremendous. You're not going to have anybody over 500, that we cover. And so that means they're going to be at least mid, if not lower half of any bracket, which means they're playing in the upper half, and a bunch of our teams are in the same bracket with a bunch of Clarence Cannon Conference schools, and we know what that means. However, one thing positive in the area is the Ellsbury girls softball team. They beat Bishop DuBourg. Do they still call it Bishop, or do they just call it DuBourg?
It's Bishop DuBourg, yeah.
Yeah. They beat them in the sectional game on Wednesday night, and they play in the quarters against East Carter tomorrow, weather permitting, because they're calling for rain.
Yeah, I've got a little gripe at DuBourg, though, because they play at Francis Park, and it's a block away from the school. But when I played, and I did play baseball, we played on the football field.
Oh gosh!
We had a backstop at the corner of the end zone. Left field was less than 200 feet away. Right field wall was the length of the football field plus 10 yards and some trees. I mean, it was forever. But at Francis Park, where the softball team plays, that used to just be, a couple of benches and a backstop, like you would play on as a 8-year-old, But they brought out, they had the temp fences. They really made it nice. A whole lot nicer than when I played there.
Oh, gosh, that's 30 years ago. Well, maybe not quite that bad.
It's getting close. It's over 25 now. But they started all these construction projects and the fundraising when I was there, and it seems like a lot of them have finally come to fruition. But just a little late for me, only 20 plus years.
So good luck to the Lady Indians tomorrow against East Carter. I think East Carter's like 24-6 or something.
Yeah, it gets
like
tougher
that.
after DeBerg, who did not have a winning record. It gets a lot tougher.
So it's a big challenge. Speaking of scores, let's take a look at some scores around the area. Scotland County over Louisiana, 38-0 at half. Monroe leads Palmyra. That would be an upset, 16-0 at half. If you see anything different, stop me. Moline over Quincy, 13-7. Centralia leads Macon, 14-0. These all halftime scores. Richmond Burton over Quincy Notre Dame, 20-7. Clark County over Brookfield, 32-6. South Shelby and Highland tied at 6. Hannibal leads Battle, 7-6. That in Columbia. Pittsfield, Griggsville, Perry Co-op, they trail Pleasant Plains, 34-14. Wright City over Mark Twain, 21-0. Oric in an 8-man game, 24-8. That's a little bit of an upset as North Shelby beat the one of the top-ranked teams in the 8-man last week. Troy over Festus, 17-0. Paris leads West Strand, 8-0. That's already in the third quarter. And I don't see a score for the Montgomery Clopton Ellsbury game.
Yeah, I haven't been able to find that one yet as well, but I'm searching. I'm trying to find it.
So a lot of implications. I think we went over the district stuff a little bit in the pregame. I don't think there's going to be a whole lot of movement. What may change in terms of opponents for next week, however, where the games may be played could change based on the winners and losers of tonight's game. As, for instance, if Bowling Green wins tonight and Macon loses, that's going to be close. If that would flop, the game would be at Bowling Green. As it currently sits, Bowling Green would have to travel to Macon, a nice hour and, well, it's only an hour and 30-minute drive from Bowling Green, but a nice little trip to a very, very nice field. They put turf on their field this year, so it's a Hugh-Dunn field. It's a fabulous facility up there, but I'd just assume that we, kind of stick around.
Yeah, exactly. Get a little closer. I'm looking out. I was talking about the playing on the football field.
I was thinking about that.
We had a lot more football field and a whole less diamond. Yeah, but I actually tried to broadcast a softball game from up here in the football press box once. Don't ever try that. It's like calling a game from the top row of Old Busch Stadium in center field. Boy, that was a rough afternoon.
Or in modern times, Ballpark Village.
Yeah, exactly.
Trying to look into the stadium. Yeah.
Or what is that? What is that hotel behind it? The bar that's on the top floor of
360.
Yeah, it was rough. That was a rough broadcast that day.
I'm sure. But you were probably up here because it was warm, right?
Well, it was about 90 degrees that day.
Oh, well, maybe not.
So yeah, I was warm. No air conditioning up here, but.
We're at half.
You live and learn.
Let's take a break. Both teams are on the field. I think they'll put 3 minutes back on for stretching. 26-0 our score at half. The Vanfar R6 Indians will have it when we start the second half. We'll be back with that after this on Eagle 102.
Cellular and Satellite Center is the only stop you need to make when it comes to satellite providers, offering DirecTV and Dish Network along with antenna installs. Wait, there's more. They also offer several options for internet service with Viasat, HughesNet, and AT&T. Hold on, there's still more. They can also do security system installations, have TVs in stocks, mounts, and cables. Now, a special message from Matthew Niemeyer himself.
If you call an 800 number and they say we will be the local installer, they are wrong.
Contact Matthew at Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green, your local authorized dealer.
The human body can run like a well-oiled machine, but just like machines, they occasionally need attention. A lot of times because of accidents, injuries, or even general wear and tear, the body breaks down. This is Keith Oakes, Director of the Physical Therapy Department at Pike County Memorial Hospital. That's where therapy services can get you back to normal, daily activities. Don't let pain keep you from enjoying life. Let PCMH's team focus on your recovery so you can focus on what matters to you. Pike County Memorial Hospital, community-owned, nationally known.
October is Truck Month at Pogue Ford in Bowling Green. Right now, get $1,000 in rebates, plus 0% financing for qualifying applicants on all 2019 F-150s. Need something bigger? Get up to 15% off all 2019 Ford Super Duties. All you have to do is stop in and speak to one of Pogue's knowledgeable sales staff. At Pogue, they have awesome deals all year round, plus great customer service during and after the sale. Pogue Ford on Business Highway 61 in Bowling Green.
Bringing you all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth, sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
Welcome back to Van Far High School. 26-0 our score at half as the Bobcats lead the Van Far R6 Indians. Both teams on the field. Bowling Green going through their calisthenics and exercises on the left inline while the Van Far guys kind of standing around and chit-chatting.
they're staying loose,
saving their energy, I guess. I see three of the wide receivers are playing a little triangle pitch and catch, and now looks like Verdell Johnson's going to join in the fun. So we got about a minute before we go here in the second half.
I do have a scoring update to Montgomery County. They just started the third quarter. They're just getting ready to start the third quarter there. Montgomery County leads Clopton-Ellsbury 22-18.
Ooh, so that's a close ball game. That could make things.
And that's at Clopton. That's a home game for the Indian Hawks tonight.
Well, let's just take a quick look at that district while we're waiting for the clock to run down here. The Indian Hawks are in the 6th slot right now as we speak. Of course, they trail Bowling Green. So Bowling Green's going to probably get out of here with a victory unless something really crazy happens here in the second half. So they're going to finish in the 6th slot. They will play either Monroe City or Palmyra, as those two teams. Monroe City was leading that game at half 16-0. Clark County by far and away the class of the district at 7-1, and they have a big lead in the district. So, and if you haven't seen them play, they might be the real deal. Everybody thought they might get to the finals last year, and they got tripped up in the quarters. I think they're expecting to go a long way this year. They're only lost to Centralia. Centralia is undefeated. Of course, they're in a higher class.
Yeah.
So they won't have to worry about running into them. You mentioned basketball. It's just around the corner.
Oh, it is. It is.
Practice will start in about 3 weeks.
I remember a year where Montgomery County played in the football championship, won the football championship, and started the Montgomery County tournament in the same week.
Bowling Green had the same thing when they went to the Dome. It wasn't a tournament. Well, it may have been the tournament, because they play over Montgomery. Yeah, it was the exact same thing. And that's unfortunate, because the big schools, it really doesn't matter that much because, you've got a few guys that play multiple sports. But in these smaller schools, you've got to have your best players playing out multiple sports if you want to have a successful athletic program. And so when those sports butt up against each other like that, it's unfortunate for the players. And because I don't care what you say, you're going to be in shape coming out of football, but it's a whole different kind of shape to be in basketball shape than it is football shape.
Yeah.
So we're about ready to go here. George Niemeyer's teeing it up for the Bobcats. They'll move from your right to your left on your computer screen or radio dial, and it looks like back deep is Bryson Lay, as they've had 2 good kick returns, return right both times. So let's see what they have drawn up here to start this second half. Mark Froenig, Jim Ross, glad to have you with us. 26-0, Bowling Green on top. The kick is away. It's a shorter kick this time, a pooch kick kind of into the open area, picked up by an up back at the 23-yard line. He'll spin out across the 25 about to the 28-yard line.
So I guess they didn't want that big return this time.
Julian Holtkamp picks it up, and you're exactly right. So instead of having the ball at the near midfield like they did on those 2 long kick returns, Van Far will start their first series in the second half here from their own 20, looks like 29. They're in their home black and gold jerseys. Bowling Green in the road, all whites with red numbers.
Wearing yellow socks tonight in support of Coach Jamar White in Monroe City.
On the first play from scrimmage, they'll run a pitch to the running back. That's Lay. He's going to be knocked out of bounds at about the line of scrimmage.
Well, there was a little too much air under that pitch, and it really allowed Bowling Green, the defense, to close.
Yeah, that was kind of like a lob in basketball instead of a true pitch.
Well, I've seen Verdell do a jump shot as opposed to a classic pass before. So
no gain on the play. Second down and 10. two backs in the backfield. They'll send Slatton in motion this time. And they'll look to pass it on the slant pattern. It's incomplete. I think it's going to be a penalty on Slatton as he was going towards the line of scrimmage before the snap. And as you go in motion, you can't do that.
But a nice little stick there by the sophomore, Charlie Bowen.
He's had a couple of those tonight. They look to the sideline. Looks like Bowling Green is going to decline the motion penalty, and it'll be 3rd and 10.
You know it's cold outside when Coach K has the hoodie and beanie on.
Yeah. You can't see that tie inside that hoodie. He needs to put that outside of it. You know, that's kind of his trademark is the tie.
Yep.
And we might have to chastise him about that. Get that on the outside of that coat so we can see it. On 3rd down, Johnson out of the shotgun. Twins to the left, single receiver to the right. He will fake the handoff, rolls out of trouble. Now he's in a peck of trouble. Look for some blockers. Now he's got some running room. Can he get to the outside? He's at the 30, at the 35, 40, out across the 45-yard line before he's tripped up and picks up the 1st down. Tackle made by Austin Callahan over on the far sideline, but Boy Johnson shows you the knees aren't hurting that bad because he's got some speed once he gets to the outside.
And amazing that a play with that was that broken, you don't have a holding call anywhere on it.
He got some blocks from the backside once he spun out of trouble, and that sprung him for a big gain out to the 45-yard line on 1st down. Twins to the right and to the left out of the spread. Johnson on the line snap count. He'll hand it off up the middle this time. Is that Lay? Yeah, he breaks it to the outside.
Wow.
He's on the loose, too, outside the 45 down to the 40, maybe inside the 40. He's a little guy, and he got in amongst the trees and couldn't see him, and he sprang out of there and had good running room. Now he's got a little hitch in his giddy-up as he heads back to the huddle. Looks like he may have to come to the sideline. But a good gain on the play.
They'll replace him with Tony Garland.
Is there a flag? It looks like there is a flag right at the 50-yard line. It was right on that white, and we've got an illegal block in the back. So that's going to come back. So not only –
and I'm wondering if that is on the quarterback, Johnson. He was out ahead of the runner, and he and who was it? Andrew Biggs ended up on the ground away from the play.
And it's going to cost him. Not only is Lay trying to walk off a little stinger in his right thigh, the play is nullified, and it's going to go all the way back to the 40-yard line where it'll be 1st and 15. Johnson with twin receivers to the right, single receiver to the left. And the ball snapped. He wasn't looking for it. It's loose on the ground. He's just going to have to fall on it. He was trying to direct traffic with the receivers. He didn't think they were in the right spot, and the center snapped the ball. Fortunately for him, it hit him.
Yeah.
Or it would have gone 10 yards behind him, and he was able to cover it for a loss of
And this has been one of the issues for Van Far. You know, you get a couple of really good plays, and then a big penalty or just ill-communicated play, and you're back facing forever.
Trips to the right. Here comes the blitz. Johnson's going to get the pass away. It's too tall. Intended over on the far sideline for, looked like Ben Cassidy. Have to check that when he gets back here a little closer.
Yeah, it looks like it starts with a 4.
He needs to turn. I think it might have been 42, which is
42.
Austin Taylor. So too tall for Austin. First time he's been targeted tonight. And it falls incomplete, and it'll be third and 22. Ball rests on the 33-yard line of the Indians. Trips to the right this time, single receiver to the left. Johnson takes the snap. He'll look to pass. Now he's going to run with it. He's got a bunch of room. He's going to get to the 50 and decides to slide down, kind of semi-slide down before he took a big hit, but he's at the 49-yard line, so now I'm guessing they're in 4-down territory.
Yeah, 4th and 6 after that big run.
That's their offense on the ground anyway tonight. That they've had a couple plays like Lay, he broke free, but most of the good running plays have come with Johnson dropping the pass and then creating off the scramble. They'll go for it on 4th down. Slatton in motion right towards us. They'll run the option left. Nothing doing there. Now Johnson's in trouble. He's going to be cornered and slung down at the 35-yard line by big number 77, Andrew Biggs. And a big loss on the play, and that was 4th down, and that's a peck of trouble for the Indians.
So that'll give the Bobcats the ball on offense at the Van Far 38-yard line with 8:39 to play here in this third quarter.
26-0, Bowling Green still on top. Let's see what they want to do on their first series of offensive downs. It appears the first string is still in the ball game as Brakefield has 2 backs in the backfield with him in Bowen and Dieters. And they'll run a misdirection play to Bowen. He's up the middle, breaks a tackle to 30. Man, he is a hard runner. He runs downhill as good as anybody we've seen this year and picks up big yardage inside the 25 to about the 24-yard line. That's good for a first down.
You know, for a sophomore, he fills out those big shoulder pads, and he just drops them and can run over a guy.
Boy, he does. See, he didn't carry the ball much last week. Now Dieters runs the same play the other side. Now he's on the loose down inside the 10, and he'll have a first down as well. Same play, they just went the opposite direction with the other back.
Burdell finally got him, but not until Bowling Green gets first and goal.
Well, if you can't stop it, you keep running it, right? Same formation. Ball inside the 10. Here it comes again. It's Dieters this time off right tackle. He breaks towards the end zone. Is he in? He is. Gavin Dieters from 9 yards out adds to the Bowling Green Bobcat lead.
Just simple. Stick with what works.
Well, yeah, we saw that. If you recall in the Scotland County, Louisiana game, they couldn't stop it. Could the Bulldogs? And so Scotland County kept running the same thing over and over. So Dieters goes in from 9 yards out, making it 32-0. Niemeyer will try the extra point, Brakefield to hold. This has been a bit of an adventure tonight. This time it's a good snap, a good kick. Ball's up and good. George Niemeyer with the extra point, and with 8:06 to play in the third. The Bowling Green Bobcats 33, the Van Far Indians nothing. You're listening to the High School Game of the Week on Eagle 102.
It's good to aim high, and sports can help children reach their goals. Join Pike County Mutual Insurance in Bowling Green and Farm Mutual Insurance in supporting local athletes. Be sure to catch all the action this sports season. Pike County Mutual Insurance salutes young local athletes and wishes them well. And they look forward to protecting these young adults with strong insurance coverage during what is sure to be a bright future. Pike County Mutual Insurance in Bowling Green.
Bowling Green Tractor wants to change the way you think about yard work with their Ego 56-volt ARC lithium battery-powered lawnmowers, weed eaters, blowers, trimmers, and chainsaws. At Bowling Green Tractor, you can walk in and see for yourself just how easy these products are to handle. So easy, anyone can use them. Once you try it, you'll just have to buy it. Stop by Bowling Green Tractor to see how easy yard work can be. Bowling Green Tractor, your home for Ego. Power beyond belief.
This evening's game is brought to you by Bank of Louisiana, Cellular and Satellite Center, and Cindy Blaylock Insurance.
Lay back deep for Van Far. Niemeyer to kick it away for the Bobcats. They lead it 33-0 after a Gavin Dieters 9-yard run for touchdown.
Louisiana now trails Scotland County 52-0.
Ouch.
Still in the third.
Pooch kick this time again by Niemeyer. Hits on about the 30, rolls inside the 25, and is picked up again by the up back. And I believe that was Holtkamp again. And it was. So at about the 31-yard line, very similar to the last kickoff. That's where Van Far will have it to start their second series here in the second half. Memphis, Missouri is where Scotland County is, if you've never been there. Keith's. You ever heard of Keith's in Memphis? Ooh, what a good place that is to eat.
No, I did a game in Memphis, Mo. It was Louisiana in a district
Monsoon.
game. Yes.
That was my son was playing.
Yes.
On the first play from scrimmage, it's a pitch to Garland. He won't go anywhere. In fact, may lose a yard. Yeah, that was quite the rainstorm.
Oh my goodness.
But
and there was a game going on in Bowling Green, I think, at the same time, and it was sunny and about 75.
Yeah, it wasn't 75, and it was a long way from sunny. Keith's is a place that has the old thing was bring your coffee cups. We've got a flag, a pre-snap penalty, going to be a procedure. And I haven't been there for a few years, but there used to be, there had to be 1,000 coffee cups hanging from the ceiling.
Really?
Yeah, it was kind of neat. That was the deal. When you came to Keith's, you brought your coffee cup, and you got to hang it on a hook from the ceiling. And hopefully I get back up there. So if you're ever there, they got really good food, good steaks. It's not very expensive.
What's the place in Columbia? They were covered in dollar bills.
The Shack?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, the Shack. A lot of places did that over the years. So they're going to reset the ball, and I think they marked off maybe 6 yards instead of 5 on that penalty. So it'll be at the 36. And I don't think that was right because after the run it was at the 30, so it should have gone back to the 25. But nonetheless, on second down and 15. Johnson has a little trouble with the snap. Now he's going to have to try and scramble out of trouble, and he's going to be chopped down by number 57 that time for the Bobcats, which is
Clay Lazier.
Good defensive play by him. A loss of about, actually they're going to give him about a half-yard gain.
Yeah, it's out to the 27.
After the penalty. And it'll be 3rd and 14 for the Indians. And they'll put trips to the left with the receiver in the tight end / slot position. So, in effect, 4 receivers to the left, single receiver to the right. Johnson.
Niemeyer's coming.
And Johnson puts it up, and it's in between the 2 receivers. Had 2 guys over there, but the ball falls incomplete. Holcamp was there along with, I believe, Cassidy. But it falls incomplete, and it'll be 4th down.
Yeah, they did a real good job stopping Niemeyer from breaking into the backfield, but pressure came from the other side as well and forced Verdell to rush that pass a little bit.
So they'll have to punt it away, and Mr. Excitement, Deontay Fleming, drops back for the Cats. He stands at about the 30, or check that 41-yard line. Johnson corrals a high snap. It's a low liner of a punt, and it runs by Fleming. He's going to pick it up, and he's going to look to run with it. He was going the wrong way. He's supposed to go north, not south, and he's tackled for a loss after he picked it up.
Slatton never gave up on it. He had a couple friends behind him as well, but he dragged down Deontay for a loss, a negative kickoff or punt return.
Back to the 26-yard line. He didn't turn it on. He's got speed, does Fleming, but he was kind of going backwards and couldn't quite get his motor going. So the Cats will have it with 5:32 to play in the 3rd. In their own end at their own 26-yard line, leading 33-0.
He's kind of spinning his wheels a little bit there, as that's a little bit better grass, which means it's probably a little wetter at this time of night.
So Bowling Green's going to continue to run that same play. Dieters, I think this time, is it Dieters? No, that was Kyle back in the game.
Yeah, Cooper Keel with 5:23 to go in the 3rd.
But they're lining up with 2 running backs in the backfield with Brakefield. Stop us if you can. Same thing. This time it'll be Bowen in the backfield. I thought it was Dieters, and Bowen just runs over people from the 49 down to the 45 of the Indians. He ran over about 3 guys.
Yeah, they had about 7, 8 guys on that side of the field, and either couldn't catch him or couldn't stop him.
So in the backfield, you have the 2 sophomores in Kyle and Bowen with Brakefield, a junior. They'll run the same play. This time the Indian defense stiffens, and they'll stop Bowen at no gain. He got back to the line of scrimmage at the 45-yard line. It'll be 2nd down.
Rode got his arms around the waist that time of Charlie Bowen and kind of lifted him off the ground, or at least up to his tiptoes, so he couldn't get that momentum behind him.
Well, they stopped at that time. Let's see if Bowling Green wants to continue to try the same play. Are they going to sucker them in and then throw a pass deep? Let's see. Same formation. Twins to the right, single receiver to the left. This time it's just going to be a straight sweep.
Uh-oh.
And Keel's going to change direction and is knocked down in the backfield. That was
that Verdell?
I believe it was Cassidy, 14 with the tackle. Or maybe it was Verdell. No, I think it was Cassidy with the tackle. Loss of 2. It'll be 3rd and 12. Ball rests at the Indian 47-yard line. As the clock continues to run with 3:40 to play in the third.
Bowling Green's just fine with that.
Clock is their friend. They lead at 33-0. A little different formation this time. Single back with Brakefield. They'll bring Callahan in motion, fake the handoff to him. They're just going to run a sweep with Brakefield. He'll look for some help, and he's tripped up by Slatton. Good defensive play by him. He did fall forward for positive yardage, did Brakefield, but it'll be well short of the first down.
I think Morgan Slatton stepped on the foot of Nick Brakefield.
It worked, whatever he did. So will the Cats kick it away? Looks like they're going to punt it. 4th and 9 from the Indian 44-yard line, and Deontay Fleming's going to drop back in punt formation. Johnson and Lay back deep for the Indians. Down to 2:45 to play here in the third. Been a pretty quick third quarter. Snap is good. Fleming's going to punt it away. Kicks it towards the right sideline. It's high. It bounces, takes a Bowling Green bounce, and goes out of bounds at about the 13-yard line. So a good directional punt that time by Fleming. You want to do that from time to time because you're probably going to need it next week. You don't want to go a whole week without punting, I wouldn't think. So a good move by Coach K. But the Indians will have it deep in their own territory. It looks like they're going to actually spot it at about the 15-yard line. And it'll be 1st and 10 for the Indians. Down to 2:30. We're in the third quarter. Johnson out of the shotgun. Looks to pass. Throws it in the slot. Is it picked off? I think it was. Did the Bobcat catch it? I believe he did. 55?
Yep.
I think it was. Big number 55 on the interception.
Tristan Charlton.
For the Bobcats. So the turnover, that's not what you wanted to see.
And that's about the least reaction I think I've ever seen to an interception in a high school game.
I agree 100%. Third turnover of the game for the Indians. So Bobcats back in business at the 15-yard line. They're going to go for the jugular right away. Fade pattern to Niemeyer in the corner of the end zone. Caught for the touchdown. Brakefield from 15 yards out to the back flag for the touchdown. And the Cats stretch the lead out to 39-0. Nice pass that time by Nick Brakefield. Niemeyer with a good catch in the back corner of the end zone. And they add to their lead, and that will turbocharge the clock as Niemeyer lines up the extra point. Brakefield on the hold. They need to get this worked out. Good snap this time. Kick is away. It's a low liner and no good. So the kick fails with 2:17 to play in the third. The Bobcats lead the Indians 39-0. Listen to the high school game of the week on Eagle 102.
Hi, this is Kelsey Henderson, RN Case Manager for Pike County Home Health. Pike County Home Health offers a variety of services from skilled nursing to rehabilitation therapies. Home health is covered 100% by Medicare, and we accept most forms of insurance. Our caregivers work with your doctor and design a plan of care specifically for your needs and abilities. Our goal is to help you take control of your treatment, prevent future declines in your health, and improve your safety at home. If you have any questions or home health needs, please contact us at 573-324-2111 or visit our website at pikecountyhealth.org.
Hey, this is Ryan with Mid-America Auto and Towing in Bowling Green. We've got something for everybody's budget. Everything from $1,000 all the way up to $35,000. We have a constant rotation of new inventory, including cars, trucks, and SUVs. So if you're out and you're looking for a new car, come by and see me. If you're looking for a particular vehicle and you don't see it on the lot or the website, let me know, and I'll do my best to find it for you. The Mid-America Auto and Towing, just off Highway 54 in Bowling Green, is a one-stop shop. Like us on Facebook or check out our website, midamericaautoandtowing.com.
Tonight's action's being brought to you by Community State Bank, Pike County Mutual Insurance, and Mike's Tire Service Center.
39-0 Bowling Green on top after the 15-yard pass from Nick Brakefield to George Niemeyer. With 2:17 to play, Niemeyer will kick it on the ground this time for getting the pooch side of it. Now it's loose. Will the Indians cover it? We'll have to see. I believe they did fall on it. And we'll maintain possession, although there are a couple Bobcats pretty close. Dieters was in there, along with Braden Perez.
Case Stafford was the Indian that fell on it.
So they'll maintain possession at their own 33-yard line.
Remember, Stafford was shaken up earlier, but hasn't seemed to miss a beat since returning.
Good to see him back. So they'll have it with 1:30, and the clock will run continuously now as the lead is over 35 points in high school football. That makes the clock run on anything except for a timeout or a touchdown, if I'm not mistaken. Johnson on the loose. He's going to get out to the 45-yard line near the 50, where did he step out? Looks like they're going to say he stepped out at the 47-yard line. So that's kind of been their offense, Mark, all night. A couple of passes that worked, but as a general rule, it's pretty much been Verdell Johnson's on the rush.
Yeah. So unless they break another one of those or two, they're going to be shut out through three quarters. Into the final minute now of the third.
Trips to the left this time, single receiver to the right. Single back with Johnson. That's Slatton. They'll fake the pitch, and Johnson's going to keep it. And he's going to run into a bunch of Bobcats, and a big hit that time.
That's Starks.
Starks again. He's laid the lumber to a couple of guys in this game. He and Bowen with the big hits defensively for the Cats.
And that's a really good play by Michael because Verdell had already made his move. If Starks doesn't get him, he's going for 20 or 30.
Absolutely. Clock continues to run down to 15 seconds. Will they get a play off? They don't have to if they don't want to, as the play clock's at 21. They get the trips to the right set up. Johnson takes the snap. He's going to look to throw. He's on the run now. Scrambling, pump fakes, keeps the ball at the 50. Now he's at the 40. Down to the 35 where he's stacked up and then falls down to about the 34-yard line, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. So a good run again by Johnson for the first down, and they'll start the fourth quarter from the Bowling Green 34-yard line. However, they trail 39-0. The fourth quarter's next on Eagle 102.
Here's one question that has no wrong answer. Are you going to choose the new Shell and Fuel Rewards card to be used at Shell stations, or the Shell and Fuel Rewards MasterCard that can be used everywhere MasterCard is accepted? With both, you save 10 cents per gallon, up to 20 gallons every time you fill up. And you also earn 10% rebates on your first $1,200 in non-fuel purchases per year at Shell stations. See? You can't go wrong with either. Visit www.shell.us/getrewards and apply today. At participating Shell stations only. Terms and conditions apply.
Are you still looking for a bank that knows you by name, offers convenient hours and hometown service? Look no further than Community State Bank of Missouri. Hello, this is Paul Hill. Our pleasant staff is here to welcome you and service all your banking needs. So stop by our office in Bowling Green or Troy and experience the difference. Community State Bank of Missouri, your hometown community bank since 1887, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Tonight's game on KJFM brought to you by Mid-America Auto and Towing, People's Bank and Trust, and Pope Ford.
39-0 Bowling Green over Van Far R6. We start the fourth quarter with the Indians on the move, however, inside the 35 at the 34-yard line of the Bobcats, 1st and 10. Johnson Looks to run now. It's a jailbreak by the defense. He gets away from the first wave of them, but is corralled by the second wave. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 white jerseys and Burdell Johnson. He escaped the first wave, but the second wave got him a loss of 6, maybe even 7. As it looks like they're going to mark it. Now it's going to be at the 40. A loss of 6, so it'll be 2nd and 16 for the Indians. Looks like they brought everybody that time, Mark.
Uh-huh.
I mean, played man up on the outside and said everybody else go get the quarterback. So they wait for the clock to run down, play clock I should say. It's down to 15. No rush for the Indians at this point. Trips to the left, single receiver to the right. Single back with Johnson. He'll drop back, looks to pass, throws it in the flat. It's caught. It's going to be for a loss, however. Good pursuit again by the Bobcat defense as Holcamp with the catch.
And no one will help Nick Brakefield up.
Well, I would suspect that after this series, if the Bobcats can keep the Indians out of the end zone, we'll see a lot of young guys. I see them warming up over there on the softball field, so I would expect a whole new offensive group to come in for the Bobcats on their next possession. It's 3rd down, though, for the Indians. They're going to lose 1 on that play, so it'll be 3rd and 17 from the Bobcat 41-yard line. Slatton goes in motion to the far sideline. They'll hand it off to Garland up the middle. He breaks a tackle. Oh, he almost got away.
Yes, he did.
He's inside the 35 down to the 31-yard line, or check that 32. If he'd got through that ankle tackle, he might have made it to the end zone. But
so I got a score here that you might find interesting. Centralia leading Macon 14-0 in the 4th.
Wow.
So a pretty close game, and that has implications for Bowling Green.
It certainly does. It certainly does. And we'll talk about that a little bit in the postgame. Johnson on 4th down. He's got to get a first down. He's under heavy pressure. He's going to get away from everybody. He's still on the move, but he'll get back to the original line of scrimmage, and that'll be it as he's tackled on the far sideline. Looks like Brakefield was in on the tackle. And the Indians will turn it over on downs with 9:15 to play and the clock continuously running here in the 4th quarter as the Cats lead it 39-0.
Boy, a nice sustained drive here by Bowling Green, and the game is over.
Without question. I still think we're going to see some younger guys in this game.
I don't know, because Bowling Green wants to win this game by as much as possible and get a home game next week.
There's some truth to that, without a doubt. So we've got a whistle and a timeout on the field. Looks like somebody called timeout as they're continuing. Now they stop the clock. I guess maybe Bowling Green called timeout to try and coordinate what they're going to do offensively with this next series of downs.
Yeah, I think that's a very real possibility that Bowling Green keeps their number 1 offense in and tries to add maybe a couple, maybe a touchdown to this one.
We'll see shortly who they have out there. Is Brakefield still in the game? No, it looks like Keel will be at quarterback.
Well, there you go. That answers that question.
Bowen and...
By the way, Scotland County, they're not taking it easy on the Bulldogs. They lead 60-6 in the 4th.
Yikes. Marcus Starks maybe is in the backfield, number 23, along with Bowen and Keel at the quarterback for the Cats. So let's see if the young guys can do something. The other side of that conversation of win as big as you can, you don't want to get somebody hurt.
No, not at all.
In a 39-0 game with as cold as it is, I think it's a good move. Get them out, let these young guys play, and hope for the best. They give it to Bowen. He runs it off left tackle.
And fortunately, Bowen's one of your young guys, so he can go out there with either group.
Right, exactly. But you've got a young offensive line out there now, so it'll be a little different treading.
Yeah.
Without having the big boys up front to do all the blocking. So no gain on the first play from scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and 10. Ball is just outside the 30-yard line of the Bobcats in their own territories. We're down to 8 minutes to play here in this game. Again, the Cats lead it 39-0. They led 19-0 at the end of the first quarter, 26-0 at half, and at the score we're at right now, 39-0 at the end of the third quarter. As they wait for the play clock to run down, it's down to 10. I'm guessing they've been ordered not to snap it until it's close to 5. And they do just exactly that. They're going to hand it on a misdirection to Bowen. He tries to get outside, lowers his shoulder, and is chopped down at about the 34-yard line. Good defensive play that time by
Cassidy,
and Pearson. Baylor, is that right?
I didn't see the other number.
84, yeah, Baylor. I was checking that name. I thought maybe I'm seeing things. Baylor Pearson, yeah, that's a neat name too. I don't think I've ever heard Baylor as a first name. Have you?
I wonder if they call him Bear.
Baylor Bears, for those of you that are not familiar with college football. 7 minutes to play. 3rd down, and it's about 7 for the Bobcats as Keel returns to his quarterback position, and he'll take the snap, and who's got it? He's got it. He tricked me. The only problem is he didn't trick anybody in black.
Nope.
Keel's tackled for a loss, and actually a big loss on the play, all the way back to the 27-yard line, and it'll be 4th and 14, and now I guess they'll bring back the first team punt team as Deontay Fleming comes on the field, and they'll have to punt it away with, let's see, 19. Yeah, they'll punt this with about close to 6 minutes to go in the game. Back deep, it looks like Johnson to the near side, and is that Slatton on the far side? They're spread wide out. And it's blocked. Blocked punt, and it falls and is covered at the 26-yard line, and that's where the Indians will take over. So the first mistake by the Bobcats, or check that second mistake, as they did have a turnover on a pick late in the first half. So the block punt now, even though 4th down, it'll give it back to the Indians deep in Bobcat territory at the 26-yard line, so a chance to get on the scoreboard for Van Far R6. They will be the number 8 seed, and I'm doing this from memory. I'm afraid they've got Clark County waiting in the wings.
It's a nice field.
It is. Timeout on the field. Let's step aside as well. 5:16 to play in the game. 39-0 Bobcats lead it. This is the high school game of the week on Eagle 102.
If you are in the market for a car, whether you're looking for a new or used vehicle, make sure you visit Bowling Green Chevrolet. Their selection will surprise you with prices that can't be beat. Bowling Green Chevrolet is just off Highway 61 at the South Bowling Green exit. Once you get there, you'll see why Bowling Green Chevrolet is the number 1 dealership in the area. Check it out for yourself. Bowling Green Chevrolet, where you'll always feel at home.
When you support a locally owned pharmacy, you're contributing to the growth of the community. The dollars you spend stay right here to support our local community. Health Mart pharmacies are locally owned pharmacies. There's one right here. Health Mart pharmacists have a personal commitment to their communities because, just like you, they support their community. Health Mart pharmacies are locally owned and hometown proud.
Louisiana is a Health Mart town. Family Drug Health Mart Pharmacy. The right people, the right price, right downtown. Health Mart, caring for you and about you.
Tonight's game on KJFM Radio is brought to you by the Mercantile Bank, Bowling Green Tractor, and County Market, Louisiana.
Lay on the first carry from scrimmage for the Indians, and he goes deep into Bowling Green territory, down to about the 6-yard line, or check that, they're going to mark it at about the 8, and it'll be, it says 2nd down on
it's first and
but
goal.
I think it's 1st and goal. The box says 2nd. They'll run the same play up the middle this time, no running room, as Lay will be stopped at about the line of scrimmage, and now it'll be 2nd down.
Devin Roan throwing bodies around there for Bowling Green, big 70.
There's another big lad, number 70. Is that 76 in the tackle position? He's a big boy for Bowling Green. Yeah, Jacob Bowen. Big boy. Let's see what the Indians can do. Johnson's going to drop back. He's going to look to pass. Now he scrambles. He's going to throw it in the corner. Throws it up for grabs. Almost picked off. It falls incomplete. Underthrown. Good defensive play that time. Looks like that was maybe Smith that deflected it. Well, that's not right. Number 4 is in the game now, which is Adam Engel on a good defensive play out of his cornerback position.
Good to see Adam in there.
I think that's a 4, isn't it?
I believe so.
Get your magnifying glass out. The jerseys are bunched up some, aren't they? Clock continues to run. We're down to 3.5 minutes to play in this game on 3rd and goal. Johnson hands it off to Lay. He cuts it back inside. Is he going to get in? No. He's going to be stopped. Took a big hit.
No, he's in.
Oh, did he get in?
Yeah, the referee back at the 15-yard line signaled touchdown.
Huh? Well,
he was the only one that signaled touchdown.
Well, the side judge has got it marked at the 3-yard line.
Well, no. They're going to mark it at the 3.
Yeah, I thought he took a big hit right at the 3, so it'll be 4th and goal. The box.
Yeah, I don't know why the referee would put both his arms in the air like that.
Well, no, they are calling it a touchdown because they've got the field goal kicker on the field. So a 9-yard run by
Bryson Lay.
Lay is the first score of the night, and the extra point. Snap his back, ball is down, kicks a line drive.
It snuck over.
It did. Ben Cassidy with the kick. So with 3:18 to play in the game, the Indians are on the field. Lay with a 9-yard run, and Cassidy with the kick. So with 3:18 to play in the game, the Bowling Green Bobcats 39, Van Far R6, Indians 7. You listen to High School Game of the Week on Eagle 102.
As a farmer, you rely on rainfall to ensure your crop production, but sometimes the weather doesn't cooperate. Droughts can happen and do. Long dry spells can ruin your crops, but shouldn't ruin your life. With a pasture, rangeland, and forage policy through NAU Country Insurance Company and Bowling Green Insurance Agency, you'll be provided with the extra protection you need. Contact Fred Carlson at Bowling Green Insurance to discuss how PRF can help manage your risk. NAU Country Insurance Company is an equal opportunity provider.
Is it time to renew, redo, or rebuild? People's Bank and Trust can help you make those home improvements without springing a leak in your budget. I'm Christine Rutherford, and we have loans designed specifically for repairs and renovations, along with home equity lines of credit. Stop by your local People's Bank in Bowling Green, and let's talk about how People's Bank can help you. People's Bank and Trust online at www.pbtc.net or give me a call at 573-324-2525. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender, MLO number 421603, NMLS number 407724.
Area high school sports on Eagle 102 is brought to you by Craig's Truck and Tractor, Old Top's Pawn Shop, and Brown's Processing.
Lane Parker on the kick return, gets it all the way outside the 50-yard line into Indian territory. Looks like they'll mark it at about the 49-yard line. So a good run back by the senior.
Louisiana game's gone final. Scotland County 60, the Bulldogs 6.
So their regular season will end with 1 win.
And Montgomery County's extended their lead to 36-24 at Clopton-Ellsbury.
On first down for the Cats. They've got the second group in. They'll hand it off up the middle. And on the loose, is that Bowen again?
It is.
No, it's not. It's 23, I believe.
Okay, yeah.
On the run still. He breaks another tackle. He's going to go in. Holy smokes. Marcus Starks, 49-yard run for the touchdown. Well, who'd have thunk it?
Minute 58 to go.
Starks from 49 yards out adds to the lead for the Bobcats. And they'll get Niemeyer in to try and kick the extra point. They've got to get this extra point thing lined out before next week when they'll take on what appears to be Macon. 45-7 our score. with the extra point to come. Brakefield back in to hold. Snap's good. Ball's down. Kick is away. And they roughed the kicker. There's the flag. It's no good.
They'll try it again.
But they ran into the kicker. How the defender missed blocking it, I have no idea because he was in the backfield.
I think it went right between his arms.
So do they kick it again and mark it off on the kickoff, or do they take
no,
half
they're
the
gonna
distance?
Kick it again.
Half the distance. Yep, looks like he's moving his little
T
pad, rubber pad's what it is. I think there's a name for it, but it escapes me right now. So they'll try it one more time. Brakefield to hold as the clock continues to run.
This may end up being the last play of the game.
Well, there's only 13 seconds on the play clock, so they will get the kick away. 26 on the game clock. Now that snaps on the ground. They're going to have to run fire, and Niemeyer's going to roll out. The pass falls incomplete, and that will put an end to that extra point opportunity. It fails, and that's something they will have to work on, and the score is 45-0, and as you said, or 45-7. The clock will continue to run, and I believe that's going to do it. I thought it stopped on change of possession, and they're going to let it run out. That's going to do it for our game. Your final score, the Bowling Green Bobcats 45, Van Far R6 Indians 7. Post-game shows next on Eagle 102.
The Eagle 102 postgame show is coming up, sponsored by Abel's Quick Shops.
Here's one question that has no wrong answer. Are you going to choose the new Shell and Fuel Rewards card to be used at Shell stations, or the Shell and Fuel Rewards MasterCard that can be used everywhere MasterCard is accepted? With both, you save 10 cents per gallon, up to 20 gallons every time you fill up. And you also earn 10% rebates on your first $1,200 in non-fuel purchases per year at Shell stations. See? You can't go wrong with either. Visit www.shell.us/getrewards and apply today. At participating Shell stations only. Terms and conditions apply.
Ingram Plumbing has always been known for its outstanding plumbing service. But did you know that Ingram's is also the largest retail plumbing supply store in the area? We carry Delta faucets, a complete line of Whirlpool tubs and showers, jacuzzi pumps, and many other specialty items. At Ingram Plumbing, we're ready to meet all your plumbing needs. I should know. I'm Bonnie Ingram, and I've worked there for over 50 years. Stop by Ingram Plumbing today, Highway 61, Bowling Green.
The Mercantile Bank in Louisiana says now's the time to sign up for online banking and bill pay. You won't have to get out in the weather. With online banking, you can bank day or night from your home, office, or anywhere with internet access. Check account balances, view checks, and much more. Stop in today to learn more about online banking and bill pay at the Mercantile Bank, downtown Louisiana. Your hometown bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Hear all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth, sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana. Time now for the Eagle 102 postgame show on KJFM, sponsored by Abel's Quick Shops.
Welcome back to Van Far High School. As the final regular season game is in the books, and Mark, it was all Bowling Green from the outset.
And just too many weapons, I think, for an undermanned Van Far team to deal with. You got Bowen and Dieters coming out of the backfield. You got Brakefield, who's really starting to throw like a seasoned quarterback. And those receivers can make a bad ball look good if they get into some open space for Bowling Green.
Fleming and Niemeyer both catching touchdown passes. Fleming actually catching two. They led it 19-0 at the end of the first quarter, 26-0 at half, 39-0 at the end of the third quarter. Van Far got on the board with a 9-yard run late in the fourth quarter to give them their 7 points, and Bowling Green wins it 45-7. So that sets up district play next week, and we'll run down some scores for you and try and make some sense of it.
It looks like Bowling Green's going to get a home game next week. As that game's gone final Centralia over Macon 21-7. So that evens their records, and it looks close.
The point system is something that you need to be.
You gotta have the
You gotta be a Rhodes Scholar to figure it out.
I think
you get so many points up to 13 with the win, and it's
Then there's a multiplier. Then you have
based on
to
strength of schedule.
You have to consider the Powerball.
So I think we're probably going to need to wait till tomorrow.
Yeah, but it looks a lot better now.
It sure does. A couple other scores for you while we're here. Looks like North Shelby, I should say, is in trouble. They trail Oric 38-22. Paris leads Westran 16-0. These are in the fourth quarter. Quincy trails Moline 20-14. Monroe City leading Palmyra 32-14.
And speaking of Monroe City, before we go any farther,
both
the teams getting together now, Bowling Green and Van Far, to honor Coach White and send some love over to the Monroe City community after, again, the tragic death of assistant coach Jamar White last Saturday night, so just 6 days ago, and they'll come together. Red and white, black and gold here to support Coach White and Monroe City now down on the field down in front of us.
Well, and a lot of these guys know each other from stuff in the off season, basketball stuff together, and so they come together in a show of sportsmanship and unity for Coach White and Monroe City. They lead at 32-14 over Palmyra. That's in the fourth quarter. That's actually kind of important because Palmyra was the higher seed going into tonight's game. You end up with an equal record, and you got the advantage in the head-to-head and the tiebreaker. That may bode well for Monroe to get. They'll play again actually next Friday, ironically. Hannibal trails Battle 18-7. Wright City over Mark Twain 40-0. That's a fourth quarter score. Pleasant Plains leads Pittsfield, Griggsville, Perry Co-op 48-20. Clark County over Brookfield 39-6. That in the fourth. Troy over Festus 31-7 in the fourth. Richmond Burton leads Notre Dame of Quincy 34-14. South Shelby trails Highland. That's a little bit of a shocker. 14-12. As Mark told you, Centralia defeated Macon 21-7. As Mark gets a picture of all this. Let's take a break in the Abel's Quick Shops post-game show, and we'll be back to put a wrap on this after this on Eagle 102.
Here's one question that has no wrong answer. Are you going to choose the new Shell and Fuel Rewards card to be used at Shell stations, or the Shell and Fuel Rewards MasterCard that can be used everywhere MasterCard is accepted? With both, you save 10 cents per gallon, up to 20 gallons every time you fill up. And you also earn 10% rebates on your first $1,200 in non-fuel purchases per year at Shell stations. See? You can't go wrong with either. Visit www.shell.us/getrewards and apply today. At participating Shell stations only. Terms and conditions apply.
Hi, this is John. I'm one of the pharmacists you see at Family Drug in Louisiana and the Bowling Green Pharmacy. We're right here with personal and prompt service, giving you the answers about your medications. If you're new in town, come get acquainted. If you're one of our regulars, thank you. You are always welcome to come in and just say hi. The right people, the right service, right downtown. Family Drug, 3rd in Georgia in Louisiana, and the Bowling Green Pharmacy on the square in Bowling Green.
Some people just have a knack for being there when you need them the most. Like your 3rd grade classmate who sticks up for you against that bully. The neighbor who gives you a jump start. And the friend who chases away that flock of geese at your outdoor wedding. Your State Farm agent has your back too, through good times and the not so good. And who's got your agent's back? State Farm, the company people have trusted for more than 90 years. We're here to help life go right.
Visit Cindy Blaylock Agency in Louisiana.
Bringing you all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth, sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
Welcome back to Van Far High School as all the post-game remembrances are done on the field now. Quite a cool picture there for the folks. And big victory here tonight for the Bowling Green Bobcats. The only thing it leaves in question is where the game is. Bowling Green will play Macon. Van Far will travel to Clark County, that is for sure. But where the Macon Bowling Green game is yet to be determined. Same with the Palmyra and Monroe City game. It looks like Monroe City is going to win that. They were a point or two behind Palmyra. So Clopton-Ellsbury, they were trailing Montgomery last we saw.
42-24 right now.
So they're going to stay in the 6th slot, it sounds like, although Highland is beating South Shelby, the last score we saw. So if they would actually win that game, that could cause Clopton-Ellsbury to drop a slot. So they'll have that all sorted out. I think they usually get this done late tomorrow afternoon, particularly for these lower classes because there aren't any Saturday games.
Yeah,
so
I think they just asked Siri who's playing who, and that's how they figure it out now.
Siri's got this Rhodes Scholar map down in an algorithm. You just got to plug it in, plug the score, and it all works out.
Yeah.
So a good effort tonight by the Bobcats as they finished their regular season with 2 wins in a row, and that's positive for Coach K and his troops to be having things heading in the right direction going into districts.
Yeah, and Gordon will tell you that Alexa and Cortana couldn't do that equation.
Cortana? Who's Cortana?
That's the Windows.
Oh, my Lord.
Yeah.
That's a new one for me.
Now, what was the IBM thing that played on Jeopardy? Oh, what was his name?
Yeah, the artificial intelligence stuff, this is a little bit out of control.
Yeah.
People would argue that we have artificial intelligence and not a whole lot of it.
Yeah.
Enough said, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that's going to do it for tonight's game. Tune in next week.
Oh, we didn't award a primetime player.
Sure we didn't.
And I think we're going to go all the way back to the end of the first quarter on this one. Back-to-back rushing touchdowns from Charlie Bowen to start this game. This is actually his second primetime player award this season. He was just a beast in the backfield and on defense.
Yeah, he got him started, got him off to the big lead, and really, made an impact defensively with big hits, and fired that defense up. And you got the first string defense basically had a shutout tonight. The second troops gave up a score late in the game, but nonetheless, congratulations to Charlie Bowen.
Although I think if we had a play of the game, it would be the run by Dayton Sanders to end the first half. He didn't get the touchdown, but it took the entire Bowling Green team to stop the big man from going in.
Exactly. So that's going to do it tonight from Van Far. Your final score, the Bobcats of Bowling Green 47, the Van Far R6 Indians 7. Mark Froenick's been good to join you tonight here in Van Far. We're going to get home a little early tonight.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Glad to have you with us, folks. Tune in next week for the high school game of the week on Eagle 102.
You've been listening to the Eagle 102 Area High School Football Game of the Week. Tonight's game was brought to you by
Bowling Green Chevrolet, Cellular and Satellite Center, Ingram Plumbing, People's Bank and Trust, Pike County Mutual Insurance, County Market in Louisiana, Bowling Green Pharmacy, Mid-America Auto and Towing, Bank of Louisiana, Pike County Memorial Hospital, Bowling Green Insurance, the Mercantile Bank, Bowling Green Tractor, Community State Bank, Family Drug, Mike's Tire Service, Cindy Blaylock Insurance, Pike County Health Department Home Health and Hospice, Pogue Ford, Todd Watts Realty, Perkins Electrical Services, All Parts, Young Enterprises Incorporated, Calumet of Missouri, and J&D Tire and Auto.
the Eagle 102 Game of the Week on KJFM Eagle 102.